Kids haven't been up and out the door this early in a couple of weeks. It's going to catch them off guard. Make sure we have the heavy winter coat as we're starting off our day. Now, here's your 7-day forecast. A lot of ups and downs for temperature as well. 53 this afternoon, 55 tomorrow. And then we go back to the 40s for just a day. Then we bounce back into the 50s again. And then we get very cold for the upcoming weekend. There'll be some spots on Saturday and Sunday that do not make it out of the upper 30s both days of the upcoming weekend.
Greg, thank you. 5:02 is the time. Check it in on your Steer Clear traffic update to see what's happening over near the airport. Typically a very busy spot, especially on a Monday morning, but right now we're not seeing any slowdowns. Keep in mind, though, so many children, thousands of students are returning to the classroom, so we do expect more traffic this morning. We'll continue sharing those updates, though, throughout 9 a.m.
It's 5:03 right now. Breaking news from overnight. A house fire in Cumberland County claims the life of a child, and that child's mother is hurt. Now, for perspective, Cumberland County is about 2 hours east of Nashville, over on the plateau.
Responders showing up to Fall Creek Road and learned that a 5-year-old was trapped in the house. They were not able to save that child in time, sadly. Crews then airlifted the mom, 39-year-old Andrea Cox, to Skyline Medical Center for burn treatment.
The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office tells us this morning they are still investigating that house fire. And the breaking news we've been following this morning as well in Nashville, as fire crews have just left the scene of a house fire over in the Nations. This is West Nashville. We've got it mapped out here for you. This is in the Sylvan Park neighborhood, just off I-40. We know that fire crews just left moments ago. We've had our live crews out there with them as they've been in the cleanup or mop-up stages, if you will, just making sure they had all the hot spots put out. We're going to work to find out whether there were any injuries connected to that house fire. And as we get those updates, we'll bring them to you here live through 9.
And at 5:04 actually, we're kicking off this Monday morning with the top 3 stories that you need to know with international news. The war between Israel and Hamas has now continued for more than 3 months. The Israeli military now says they've shifted its offensive to southern Gaza after making progress in the north. That also comes amid increased concern about high numbers of civilians killed in Gaza.
Right now, the National Transportation Safety Board is calling for change after a 737 MAX 9 lost a door plug in the air Friday. Yeah, we understand that they're calling for a longer cockpit voice recording after the incident's recording was rewritten. And then they also want to make sure that babies have their own seats on planes in car seats, just for safety purposes. But you can imagine how scary it would be. You're in flight and the door flies open.
And somehow no injuries reported.
Unbelievable story there.
Hey, talking about sports, we are less than 24 hours away from crowning a new college football champion. Top-ranked Michigan will take on number 2 Washington tonight in the college football championship. And the winner is bringing home the first national title for their schools in decades for some of those teams.
Right now with 5:05, new this morning here in the heart of the Mid-State, the 2024 legislative session is set to begin at the Tennessee State House in Nashville. And one of the bills that lawmakers are set to take up could change how our state deals with people who are found incompetent to stand trial.
Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us live right outside of our State House with more on what this bill would change. Good morning, Karen.
We'll work to get Karen's microphones straightened away and join her again in just a couple of minutes. Right now, though, more headlines for your Monday morning. Still to come, this Franklin priest and the whole church where he presided said to be shocked after he is removed from his position. The allegations about his involvement with children and the charges he's facing.
And Fox 17 News continuing our Code Red weather alert this Monday morning. Wind and rain is the focus of this particular alert. We're timing it all out, letting you plan ahead, so to speak, coming up in your full Code Red weather alert forecast. Stay with us.
This Fox 17 this morning.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Your time, 5:08, and happy back to school day for a lot of school districts. Greg, let's get a check at what you're watching right now.
Yeah, we're watching our next weather maker that's put us into a code red weather alert this morning. Getting the kids to the bus stop. As long as we have winter coats, you're going to be okay. But this is tonight. I want you to look at the time on this. This is 10 p.m. This is potential future wind gusts. How strong that wind could be blowing through as this system moves in tonight. Upwards of 50 miles per hour. Here's 4 a.m. Waking up with us tomorrow morning, still going to have upwards of 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. And the plateau could get even windier than that. Not just the wind, and that will stick with us through a good chunk of your Tuesday, but also going to have to work with some rain that moves in as well while that wind is whipping. Where is your trash can going to be? Well, by the time we're done with everything, it's going to be way down the street. We're not even talking neighbor's yard here. This is one of those kind of days. So keep that in mind. We're going to be watching out for power outages overnight tonight, and also any potential damage to trees across the mid-state.
All righty, Greg, thank you so much. 5:09 and steer clear traffic right now looking pretty good. For a Monday, definitely starting to see some more volume out there this morning. This is a live look from our TDOT SmartWay system. This particular view is coming to us from I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard. We are monitoring all the roads, especially as we've got kids going back to school, maybe parents going back to work, and we'll have those updates for you every few minutes.
Right now, though, in Operation Crime and Justice, 2 potential victims of sexual misconduct at a Franklin Catholic church. The father at the center of allegations is now pulled from his role. Father Juan Carlos Garcia removed from active ministry at St. Philip Catholic Church in Franklin. That's after church leaders said a teenager came forward back in November making allegations of improper touching. The Diocese of Nashville says they immediately reported the claims to state and local authorities and the Diocese Review Board. The diocese spokesperson says local Catholic leaders also hired an outside investigator. But mind you, this was all starting back in November. Right now, the Williamson County District Attorney is reviewing this particular case. Church heads are also asking anyone who might have been impacted to come forward to church advocates or directly to the police in order to help out with this case. And at 5:11 right now, we want to send it back out to Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar. We mentioned just a moment ago we were going to get her microphone straightened away. We've done that, and she's joining us live right now to talk about one of the top issues for our Tennessee state leaders as they reconvene starting today.
That's right. Good morning, Jen and Erica. Some lawmakers are suggesting tightening restrictions on those who are found mentally incapable or incompetent of standing trial. They believe that it could prevent death or serious harm to someone. For example, back in November, we reported on the death of 18-year-old Jillian Ludwig. Police say she was hit by a stray bullet from Shaquille Taylor, whom 3 court-appointed doctors had testified he was incompetent to stand trial for a previous offense back in May. Records show Taylor was not committed because he didn't meet the standards for involuntary commitment. Jillian Ludwig's parents react to that and believe enough wasn't done to prevent the death of their daughter and are hoping lawmakers could do more.
We haven't heard much, but we've heard about his rap sheet, and we know that it was just unthinkable that, he shot a teenager and he shot at a mother and her children and was still on the street to shoot my little girl in the middle of the day. So there's a failure, there's a breakdown in the system, and there's no excuse for it.
That's exactly what some lawmakers are trying to do, prevent the hurt that you're hearing from those parents with this new bill addressing a potential failure in the system. Reporting live from the Capitol, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. Coming up, a high-stakes week for former President Donald Trump as he prepares for early Republican primaries and a court date. We're going to dig deeper in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us.
On City Law on Fox 17.
5:15 is the time. Fox 17 News showing you a live look over at Nissan Stadium where the lights are flashing on and off. Maybe they're still celebrating Sunday's win.
Big win, of course, for the Titans. A rough season, but way to end on a high note. Getting that win and keeping the Jaguars out of the playoffs. The win for the Titans made sure that the Steelers, though, got into the playoffs. And then today is what's known as Black Monday. So we'll keep an eye on coaching changes live through 9. But right now, Code Red weather alert is in effect. We'll talk with Greg in a moment.
Also talking about politics because it's a big week ahead in the 2024 presidential race, with leading Republican candidate, former President Donald Trump, set to appear in federal court Tuesday.
Mr. Trump's attorneys are fighting the prosecution on charges that he tried to overturn the last election, just as the U.S. Supreme Court is getting ready to hear arguments in another election matter, and that is whether states can keep Mr. Trump off the ballot.
Fox 17 News' Christine Frizzell has the very latest. Go ahead and listen.
And I just hope we get fair treatment, because if we don't, our country's in big, big trouble.
It's the latest prediction from former President Donald Trump, following the decision by the U.S. Supreme Court to hear arguments on February 8th on the Colorado ballot case. The state, along with Maine, disqualifying Trump from the primary ballot, citing the Constitution's 14th Amendment. Attorneys general in 27 states have filed an amicus brief with the High Court, arguing the Colorado court's decision will create widespread chaos and cast confusion into an election cycle that is just weeks away. Still, it's becoming clear 3 years later, the riot at the U.S. Capitol looms large in this year's presidential campaign for both candidates.
The guy who claims law and order sows lawlessness and disorder. You can't be pro-insurrectionist and pro-American.
This newly released video shows Republican lawmakers scolding rioters on that day.
I'm ashamed, and I'm ashamed of my congresspeople.
It's an issue rarely mentioned by Trump's GOP rivals. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis staying mum after reports he may drop out of the race and endorse Trump if he loses Iowa.
There's a lot that happens to accumulate all these delegates. We're going to do well in Iowa, but we're also going to be competing in all these other states.
The 2024 campaign in full swing. The next chapter left up to the voters. The Iowa caucuses just over a week away. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
Well, we have a major winter storm that is impacting the Northeast right now. The National Weather Service saying that this winter storm has dropped more than a foot of snow in some places, causing power outages. We've got closings, interstates are a mess. And not just in the Northeast, but even out west in Nevada.
Oh, that's where they say heavy snow shut down a stretch. Take a look of an interstate and briefly knocked out power to tens of thousands, okay? The Weather Service also says the central U.S. could see blizzard-like conditions starting today.
I was shocked when I woke up this morning to see all of my friends back in Tucson, Arizona, who have snow. And that is way south of Nevada. I mean, when you're in Tucson, you're not even an hour from Mexico.
Are they excited about that? How are they feeling?
They're excited because it doesn't mess with the roads too much.
Okay.
And it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
So the desert Southwest has snowed this morning.
And we're talking about rain and wind.
Yeah.
So this system that we're looking at over there in the west, that's coming our direction. It's just not going to be cold enough for us to get snow.
And then what's in the Northeast missed us
What's in the Northeast was what came through over the weekend for us as rain.
Yeah.
Oh, Saturday.
So we're getting all rain.
Yeah.
And everyone else around's getting the snow.
You got a lot going on today, Greg.
There's a ton happening for us here. So we're in a code red weather alert here for the rest of today and into tomorrow. This is nothing going on right now, but definitely have to keep our eyes glued to the radar after about 5 or 6 o'clock later today. Rain moves in and strong wind overnight tonight. Wind advisory from 6 p.m. all the way until midnight going into Wednesday morning. Yeah. That's how windy we're going to be. And taking a look here, the heart of Middle Tennessee is right where the strongest wind gusts are going to be as this system moves in. Some 30 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts this evening into the overnight. Midnight through about 2 a.m. will be our time frame to see the strongest wind that moves in. That means overnight we could have some broken power poles and also could see some tree limbs that are down. Keep that in mind. You may be waking up to some clutter in your yard, and anything that's not bolted to the ground may end up flying away on you. We're talking about lawn chair, patio furniture, all those things. If you don't bring them inside or find a safe place for them, they may not be there when you are waking up tomorrow morning.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get to an accident we just picked up a short time ago. This is going to be I-24 Bell Road. As you make that drive out and about there coming in from the Antioch area, you can see where an ambulance is on the scene. Metro Police are there as well, shutting off 2 lanes of traffic at this point. You want to try to take Murfreesboro Road as your best bet to steer clear. Right now, though, things are moving along fine as you make that drive in from that particular part of town. Everywhere else seems to be relatively tame compared to the day. Keep in mind the return of school. So there's going to be a lot more traffic out there on the roads. We'll be here to watch it for you live through 9.
Justin, thank you. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is now facing increasing backlash for waiting days before ultimately announcing that he had to go to the hospital.
and the President of the United States didn't know about it. I think it was a dereliction of duty, and the Secretary and the administration, frankly, need to step forward and give the American people the facts.
Oh, that's Mr. Mike Pence calling an official dereliction of duty here. Now, apart from the former vice president, several other lawmakers are calling for Austin to testify or even be ousted. That would include Senator Tom Cotton of the Armed Services Committee, who is vowing consequences for all of this. The secretary released a statement saying that he will accept responsibility for the lack of communication. He says he's been in the hospital since New Year's Day, and the Pentagon only announced his admission Friday, citing, quote, complications from an elective surgery.
At 5:21 coming up, as mid-state neighbors try to recover from the December tornadoes. Local officials want to spread the word about a source of help that may be overlooked.
Okay, Justin McFarland is going to take a closer look at that in minutes. Good morning and happy Monday.
You know,
5:24 is the time. City leaders out in Gallatin are trying to make sure that all the tornado victims are getting the help that they need when it comes to recovery. As a matter of fact, the mayor says she's still learning about the different ways that people can reach out and take advantage of new programs that are out there. That includes coming from the Small Business Administration. The mayor wants to emphasize it's not just for business when it comes to the Small Business Administration. She's also saying that the Disaster Recovery Center right there in Gallatin is a good place to get started on that path to recovery.
Disaster Recovery Center at Gallatin Public Utilities is open. We encourage anyone who suffered damage to go check in with them. They are not just able to help related to their help is not just limited to those who are not insured or who are underinsured. They can also connect you to other programs and services that might be valuable as you begin on the path to recovery.
Now, one of those paths to recovery is through the Small Business Administration. They've got people in the city of Gallatin and across Sumter County to help out tornado victims. They say they've got 7 different types of loans that they offer to help people recover.
5:25, we were at a Fox 17 Code Red weather alert. The weather right now is fine, but tonight, going into tomorrow, very windy and a lot of rain going to come down as that wind picks up. Wind advisory 6 p.m. today through midnight tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. So all of your Tuesday, a wind advisory will be in effect. The strongest wind going to come overnight, midnight through about 3 a.m. Keep that in mind. A lot of us will be asleep at that point. Wind advisory, what does it mean? Sustained average wind speed of 25 to 39 miles per hour. Wind gusts 40 to 57 miles per hour. And that's the threshold we're going to be in overnight tonight into tomorrow morning and afternoon. So definitely going to be watching out for a few of these things. In the 40 to 50 mile per hour range, we're going to be talking about branches that could snap off of trees, lawn furniture tipped over or blown away in some instances here, and then leaves off of trees. Also, we're talking about other things when it comes to power outages. So we have to watch that very carefully. Waking up with no power on a cold morning when it's raining outside and it's windy, make sure all of our electronics are definitely charged up before you go to bed.
Circular traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get a good look at what we're dealing with at 5:27. A live look here at I-24, very close to Bell Road. You can see the fire department leaving the scene here. Still have one car. This is a pickup truck, actually, against the guardrail. Metro Police there dealing with that. I'm sure they're waiting on a tow truck at this point. Come tow that out of the way so they can reopen things. But it's not causing big backups here. As a matter of fact, this is about a mile behind it. You can see traffic out there is doing just fine. We'll continue to watch the roads here for you as things could get busy as we head towards our 6 o'clock hour.
Coming up, hear about a new bill that restricts access to suspects who are found mentally incompetent or insane.
Plus, Fox 17 News is in a code red weather alert for you this morning as we've got high winds headed towards the mid-state here that Greg Bobus is going to tell you more about coming up here in the next few minutes. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Jordan. And
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning, 5:30 on the dot. And happy Monday to you. If you've got kids going back to school today, maybe you're getting back to the grind, we have you covered with important Code Red weather updates live through 9.
And Fox 17 News this morning on the scene of this house fire over in West Nashville as breaking news, where firefighters are responding to a fire over on Nevada Avenue.
Steer clear traffic takes us out to I-24 near Bell Road. We've got a pickup against the guardrail, but the cavalry has arrived. We'll tell you how much longer it could be there.
All right. Want to thank you for waking up with us here on a Monday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We're glad to be your live local news team, always here for you through 9 a.m. And we start this half hour with the latest updates in our Code Red weather alert. Greg, you said something earlier that made me think twice. When I get home today, I'm going to make sure I've got everything that's on the back patio completely put away or secured.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that garbage cans, patio furniture, anything that's outside that's not bolted to the ground could get tipped over or even blown away a little bit here as this moves in overnight. So you won't even know this is happening potentially until you wake up the next morning and go, where's my patio furniture at? And then you got to go do the scavenger hunt in the rain. Don't let that be the thing here. Wind tonight into tomorrow is why we were in a code red threat level. Right side of your screen, we have temperatures that are in the 20s, so we're not worried about today. This morning, afternoon, and very, very late afternoon, we still look good. But the evening hours and into tonight is when the rain moves in. And with that, we are going to bring in a lot of wind as well. Wind gusts up near 50 miles per hour overnight. And that is going to stick with us until we get to Wednesday morning. And then we're going to look at two things coming up in the next check of your Code Red forecast. The timing of the rain moving in, how much we'll see, and also a look at when the strongest wind gusts move in. We'll take a look at that future wind gust radar for you as well.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's take a good look at what we're dealing with out there at I-24 near Bell Road. As you can see, the Metro Police Department is there. TDOT is there. We've got a pickup truck up against a guardrail. We did have an ambulance that was here a short time ago. That ambulance has left the scene now, so we're in much better shape as you get out and about, not causing significant delays at all. So that is great news as you make that drive in. We've got to check out near the airport and other areas of town coming up in a few minutes, but this is minor delays at best, and we expect it could be out of the way in the next 15 to 20 minutes.
Justin, thank you. We are continuing at 5:32 to cover this breaking news over in the Nations area. We're trying to figure out some more about the fire that happened over in the 4000 block of Nevada Avenue.
Right, so you can see a lot of first responders, several fire units, a lot of firefighters going in and out of the house, taking the water hoses up and down the front steps. This is a large home. This is one of the newer builds over in the Sylvan Park Nations part of town. You can see from this shot, just how big of a house they were dealing with here. Ladders extended. We could see they were working up on the second floor. We saw holes punched through the roof, which is typical, like standard operating procedure, especially if you've got a fire that's on the second floor. They'll poke holes in the roof to try to ventilate it so that they can get in and get it out. So working to find out whether anybody is injured and if the Red Cross is helping the family here. So as soon as we get those updates, we'll be bringing them to you.
Well, there is a new bill that restricts access to guns for people who are found mentally incompetent. It is set to be discussed in the legislative session.
Yes, so all of our lawmakers are spending today getting ready for the official beginning of the session, which is tomorrow. And our Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us live on what this bill that Erica mentioned includes as they're about to get started. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. The bill was spearheaded by House Majority Leader William Lamberth, and it would do a number of things. One, it would change the definition of mentally defective to include someone found incompetent to stand trial. Two, it would report this person to FBI and national databases. It also would not allow those who have been committed to a mental institution or found mentally incapable to stand trial to have access to a gun, like you mentioned. This comes after a similar bill was passed in the Tennessee House this summer, tabled in the Senate following a young woman's death in November by who doctors deemed an incompetent person.
What no one wants to talk about is how this gentleman got access to the gun. That seems to be the problem here. We have mental health, affecting a lot of people across the state of Tennessee. They're not committing acts of gun violence.
The new bill, if passed, would take effect on July 1st of this year. Reporting live from the Capitol, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. And of course, here at Fox 17 News, it's our goal to keep you in the know so you can get more local reporting and national news delivered right to your inbox by signing up for our daily newsletter. You can find that over on our homepage. It's fox17.com.
And just a quick reminder for those of you who might be, just turning off the alarm and you're kind of getting the morning routine going. We are in a code red weather alert. It's not for this morning or midday. We're talking about later this evening when we've got a storm that's going to blow through. And when we say blow through, we mean high winds. So monitoring the potential impacts for you here live through 9 a.m. Good morning and welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. We've been talking a lot about the weather this morning, not just the code red alert here at home for tonight, but across the country, and definitely more than those no worry flurries that we see sometimes around here. A snowstorm of epic proportions moving through both parts of the west, the desert southwest, the northeast. Zero visibility in a lot of places. Madison Keevy reporting this morning with an update.
A little scary. It's a lot of snow on the road, so it wasn't what we expected.
Chain controls are in place Saturday night, even though the worst of it is over.
My experience coming up here, there was a lot of snow. We've seen maybe 3 or 4 accidents.
Saturday afternoon, raindrops froze onto snowflakes, sending grapple down on drivers, not just snow. There were multiple accidents and spinouts reported.
Well, we were trying to make it to Tahoe Donner, but we underestimated how long it was going to take there in the snowy conditions.
Those very same conditions that piled snow on cars gave little ones a chance to play.
This is like a once-a-year thing. I just like walking around, exploring.
A day of fun, safer to get to after snowplows cleared slick and snow-covered highways.
It was a little bit nerve-wracking, but the road conditions pretty good.
A plan for one driver on her way to Reno.
It's very slow, very cautious. I'm not in a rush.
All right, whether it's welcome or not, frigid conditions expected to continue throughout the week across parts of the country. And we've got a lot of changes to our forecast here at home. It's why we're now in a code red weather alert. Greg's here to tell us what it's all about.
Yeah, next weather maker that moves in brings in rain, but the emphasis on why we're code red is going to be wind as this tracks into Middle Tennessee. It's not for this morning or afternoon, but after about 5-6 o'clock this evening into tonight. Rain starts and then wind picks up. Let's track the rain first here on Future Track. And cloud cover, the first thing you'll notice today. Here is 5 o'clock. 5 p.m. rain showers begin to move into our western counties, overspreading Middle Tennessee by 9 p.m. and then continuing through the overnight. Yellows and oranges indicating some heavier bands of rain that will move in with this. Midnight through about 2 a.m. the heaviest rain tracks into the area. And as you're waking up with us tomorrow morning, I will continue to be tracking rain coming down in real time that will impact the bus stop. It will impact your morning drive, and the wind will still hang around with us. Wind gusts are going to be the big name of the game here. Future rain, about 1 to 2 inches of rain. Wind gusts overnight, upwards of 50 miles per hour.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-24 at Bell Road. This is over near Antioch. You can see police on the scene with that pickup truck that's up against a guardrail. We're still waiting on the tow truck to pull up. As a matter of fact, is that it there? Certainly looks like it. That looks like a flatbed tow truck if I've ever seen one. And there it is pulling up in position there to take that truck away. So may not have as many issues there on the south and east side as we've been seeing here over the last few minutes. But it's honestly not causing that big of a delay. You can take Murfreesboro Road if you want to steer clear.
Justin, thank you. Time right now is 5:42. Our Fox 17 sports director, Jill Jelnick, is going to join us in moments to break down the Titans' last game of the season and the future for players like Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill. And with that wind issue blowing in for tonight in this code red weather alert, perhaps before you go to work today or as soon as you get home later this evening, make sure you got all your outdoor stuff secured so it doesn't blow away. We'll see you here in just a couple more minutes. Good morning.
After suffering an injury,
Happening today, family members are going to go ahead and appear in court this Monday morning after being accused of attacking a member of their own family for converting to a different faith. Metro Police say on December 11th, they found a teenage boy with bruises and cuts. The boy's father and brother, they're out on bond after facing domestic assault and bodily injury charges.
The mother, who is in the middle of your screen right here, is facing charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So the hearing is set to start for all three of them this morning at 8:30. Fox 17 News will have a crew inside and outside the courtroom bringing you live updates as they happen.
And if you would like to read more about this story, the background on it, just search for this article over on our website. It's fox17.com. We have it front and center for you. Talking about sports, though, the Tennessee Titans were able to close out the season with a big win yesterday, upsetting their division rivals, Jacksonville Jaguars, right here at Nissan Stadium.
And keeping them out of the playoffs at the same time. Our sports director, Jill Jelnick, with more on the big win from Nissan Stadium.
Last season, the Jacksonville Jaguars spoiled the Titans' chances of making the playoffs, and this year, the Titans returned the favor. Tennessee upset the Jaguars Sunday 28-20 in their final game of the season. The offense and defense for Tennessee played arguably its best performance of the season. The offense tying a season-high 28 points, while the defense had 2 interceptions and a crucial goal line stop at the end. Several of the Titans players saying after the game they loved playing spoiler to the Jaguars' playoff chances, but more importantly, they loved going out with a win.
You know, there's a lot of satisfaction to be able to, play a game this late in the season that doesn't have, playoff implications, division implications, for us. And to prepare that the way they did, to come out here and compete the way they competed, I always tell you, credit goes to the players.
Definitely fun. Feel like the old days again. Definitely a great way to go out, especially against a division opponent, an opponent that I grew down the street, watching and, looking at and, following as a kid growing up. So, it was kind of all full circle.
Yeah, it was a fun day. Fun day for a lot of different reasons, but to be able to finish the season out, finish my time out here with a win, it was a lot of fun. It felt really good.
Derrick Henry's contract is up after this season, and if that was the last time we saw King Henry in a Titans uniform, he went out on a high note, over 150 yards on the ground and a touchdown in the win. After the game, he took the microphone inside Nissan Stadium and quickly thanked all the fans for supporting him over the last 8 years. It felt like a goodbye for King Henry, but he also said in the post-game press conference he would love to stay with one team for his entire career. Reporting from Nissan Stadium, Jill Jelnick, Fox 17 Sports, your Code Red station.
All right, Jill, thank you very much. So maybe we'll get some questions answered this week. Maybe not, but hey, today is Black Monday, and this is the day known in the football world as the day that a lot of coaches get the boot. So we'll be watching that, and in the meantime, do you think it's goodbye for Derrick Henry?
78.3% of you all say, yeah, it's over.
Ryan Tannehill sure sounded that way, didn't he? He said, finishing out my time here.
A lot of changes could be on the way.
Yeah, all right. So, by the way, that's an open, active poll. You can sound off right now and let us know what you think over at twitter.com.
When it comes to changes, though, our forecast today, windy overnight.
Big time. Very windy. That's why all the red lights are on right now. It's not for severe weather, but a lot of wind. And it's going to happen when we're sleeping.
You were mentioning the potential for high winds, snapped power poles, the wooden ones, right?
Yeah.
Made me think about something. I told Erica this morning, we have a lot of local power crews that have been dispatched to other parts of the country because of the winter storms.
That we have, yeah.
Yeah.
And they have to possibly make it back here.
It may have work here to do as well.
They're just pulling a U-turn.
Yeah, maybe.
At this point, because that's the biggest thing, is you may lose power at night, so have an alarm on your phone too.
Good idea.
Maybe use a plugged-in alarm still, and make sure that your phone is charged before you go to bed, so it doesn't die overnight, and then you just have no way to get any alerts to anybody about anything. Oh yeah, and kids going back to the bus stop here this morning. Bundle it up. We are cold. Frosted windshields as far as the eye can see at the car dealerships. Taking a look. Bus stop forecast of 30 degrees at 6 o'clock. We'll be at 34 by 8 a.m. Cold the entire morning. Not much of a breeze yet. So this is all going to happen later today into tonight when it comes to rain and wind that will move into the area. This is how windy we're going to be overnight. 35 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts are possible tonight into tomorrow morning. So power poles, Yes, definitely a possibility. A few of those could go down. And also tree limbs and uprooted trees, some of the bigger trees that are out there. We have to watch out for those as we wake up tomorrow morning.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-24 near Bell Road. This is out there in the Antioch area where we were dealing with a pickup truck up against the barrier out there, but the tow truck has come. They've pulled it away, so it is no longer a problem. It was starting to cause a slight backup here along I-24 near Hickory Hollow Parkway, but that too is starting to loosen up. We're going to get you fresh drive times coming up here as we approach our 6 o'clock hour as the return of traffic is coming later this morning.
Justin, thank you. The Nashville Predators taking on the Dallas Stars over the weekend. The last time they faced the division rivals, Dallas essentially stole our holiday cheer, okay? Scoring 2 goals in the last 13 seconds of that matchup, but the Preds, as you could say, returned the favor over the weekend.
We're taking a look at the highlights here. Preds were looking to get even on Saturday. First period, Preds forward Gus Nyquist snagged a steal and scored. Preds take a 1-0 lead, making it 2-0 in the second. Stars, however, would even the score into the second period, getting 2 goals, 1 off the power play to tie the game at 2-2. All
right, that's when Philip Forsberg starts to get serious here, transforming into, I like how our team wrote this, Philip Scoresberg, making 2 goals in 5 minutes to give the Preds a 4-2 lead.
Dallas would cut the lead, though, to 1, but the Preds kept the lead, winning it 4-3 over Dallas. Congrats to them.
I know a lot of folks are still debating when is the best time to take down the Christmas tree, but folks in New Orleans, yeah, they've way moved on from the Christmas tree. They're already prepping for their next big holiday. I'll tell you what's happening down in Louisiana. Getting ready for the new Mardi Gras season. Be right here around the corner.
And Fox 17 News, we are in a code red weather alert because your work week is off to a very windy start. The high winds that you need to know right now, how to prepare. All of that just ahead.
Fox 17 News. Your
5:54, Fox 17, operating in a code red weather alert mode here for you this morning. Into the afternoon, things will change. The morning hours are great. We're cold. Right side of your screen, you'll see that we're in the 20s and low 30s. On our way to the 50s later on this afternoon, and then right around 5, 6 o'clock, we'll begin to bring in some rain and a lot of wind overnight. And we're going to track that in a brand new look at Future Track as we get into our 6 o'clock half hour. But I want to look ahead to the weekend. Well, we're going to be in the 50s today and tomorrow, and 50s on Thursday and Friday. Look at the weekend, turning much colder. Very frosty mornings in the 20s, and some areas, especially higher elevations, think Cumberland Plateau, you might not make it out of the upper 30s. Both Saturday and Sunday. The good news is partly cloudy, so no weather makers that move in for the weekend itself. You can download the Fox 17 Code Red Weather app. Just scan that QR code or go to either of the app stores, depending upon what kind of device you have. Speaking of devices, make sure that they are charged when you go to bed. It'll be windy enough to where we could have power outages overnight into the morning hours. So keep that in mind. Maybe an extra blanket just in case, too. You can always follow along. You can connect on any of the social media outlets. Just type in my name. That's where you'll find me. If you have any questions leading into tonight and tomorrow. Wind advisory in effect for us 6 p.m. today through midnight going into Wednesday. Again, stick with me. When we get to 6 o'clock, we're going to look at the latest trend in terms of timing and how strong that wind really will be overnight.
Steer clear traffic at 5:56. Quick look outside if we can. Let's go to the north side. 65 at Trinity Lane. Looking nice up here so far this morning. We're expecting things to fill in here over the next hour or so. And things will not be moving this smoothly here by the time we get to 6:56. So if you're watching this thinking, boy, we're good. I'm good to... no, I wouldn't do it. Wouldn't try it. It's going to get crowded quickly as we move on. This is I-40 at Spence Lane over here on the east side. We're also looking good this morning. No crashes, though, to tell you about, at least not right now.
5:56 is the time right now.
Mexico City now holds the Guinness World Record for the longest loaf of bread. Yeah, the record-setting bread is known as a Rosco de Reyes, or just say king cake, okay? It's a bread that is traditionally eaten during the Three Kings holiday celebrations. And that bread breaking the Guinness World Record just shy of 14,764 feet long. Can you believe that? Whoa. Dozens of tables were set up along several blocks in order to be able to go ahead and display the bread in the first place. Everyone who was there and passerbyers were allowed to help themselves to several pieces.
How do you cook bread like that?
That was my question too.
How do you cook it all? All right. Did you watch what a lot of people say turned out to be an abysmal Golden Globes last night? Well, we've got a couple of the highlights. The host this year is a comedian and an actor by the name of Joe Coy. Now, if you don't recognize this guy or the name, well, we didn't either. So we looked him up. It turns out he is, in fact, a comedian. He's had some Netflix shows, and he was on some other comedy shows, but did not go over well with people who were watching. We understand that he even took a shot at Taylor Swift. Last night, because she was at the Golden Globes because of her film, the Eras Tour.
Right.
You know. Anyhow, we were reading the headlines this morning. Headlines from Rolling Stone, USA Today, all talk about what a bomb of a night it was for him. He said, "Well, I only got the gig 10 days ago." So that was his excuse. All right, let's head on over to another story making headlines this morning.
As far as Mardi Gras traditions, pretty much the king cakes are it.
Oh yeah, so we're talking about bread once again. Okay, Saturday is King's Day, and people across New Orleans, NOLA, are gearing up for the festivities by buying king cakes and then stocking up on all the yummy breads.
They're good. The frosting, the sugar. Bakeries say they are prepared to make 3,000 king cakes a day until the season is over.
We'll listen.
Delicious king cakes, and it's always good to get the first one.
Just makes us realize it's time to take the tree down from Christmas and start thinking purple, green, and gold.
Well, there's that too. The biggest and final celebration of Mardi Gras is Fat Tuesday this year. That falls on February 13th. By the way, if you are thinking of celebrating here in the Mid-State and you're wondering, where can I get a good king cake? We're going to share, not today, but maybe later this week, we'll share some of our favorites, including a local cupcake.
Yep, I know.
Place
I knew you were going to say it.
That has their own version, so we'll talk about that.
We're also looking at what's trending over on Fox17.com, and it is the Stanley Cup story. Not hockey, literally a cup.
The resale, and we called this last week, did we not? People were going nuts to go buy some cups so they could resell it on the internet for 2, 3, 4, 5 times what they bought it for. Resale's $250.
It's wild. Go read the story. Stay with us, though. Our 6 o'clock hour starts right now.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning, 6 o'clock on the dot. Code Red weather alert now in effect for later tonight. Our Code Red meteorologist Greg Bobus will let you know what we're tracking in moments.
Coming up, hear what a bill would do when it comes to gun and mental health reform.
Steer clear traffic takes us to Vietnam vets at Gallatin Pike. Things are fine for now. We'll let you know how much longer it could look calm like this.
All right, Justin, thank you. And thank you so much for waking up with us here on a Monday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Glad to be here for you live through 9 a.m. And yes, because we're in a Code Red weather alert, you'll notice the lights behind us have shifted to red. And Greg's going to join us right here at the top of the hour to give us the latest updates.
Let's just jump right into it. Nothing happening for this morning. This is not a now Code Red. This is the heads up Code Red. That's why we have this process to give you at least a 24-hour heads up before things start to get a little on the more rough side. Wind is the one reason why we are Code Red. No severe weather, no tornado threat, no hail threat, not even really a flooding situation. This is going to be a windy 36 hours starting around 5 p.m. and then lasting into all of your Tuesday. The timeline going to be 6 p.m. today until midnight leading into Wednesday with quite a bit of wind. Now, when I say strong wind, I mean wind gusts on and off throughout the entire night of roughly 40 to 50 miles per hour. That's going to be very loud on the windows. It could knock over some trees, power lines. Patio furniture might not be there when you wake up if you don't take it inside. So keep that in mind. And kids are back at the bus stops here today. Not a problem at the bus stop. If you have a good winter coat on, you'll be fine. But tomorrow, rain gear. It'll be rainy. It will be windy while the buses are just trying to get their routes completed here on the second day back to school. So tomorrow, a far different start to the morning than this one. 53 later on this afternoon, despite the cold start. 55 tomorrow. And then we do see a little bit of a dip for one day on Wednesday as the back end of this system moves out. Then a very cold weekend ahead of us. We're not done. When this round of rain moves out of here, another round going to move in Thursday into Friday, which could be another code red day leading into Friday. But we have to get through this one first, and then all eyes glued to the end of the week.
Steer clear traffic at 6:02. Quick look outside takes us to the north side. This is going to be Vietnam Veterans Boulevard here, very close to Gallatin Road. You can see the traffic moving along without issue. Keep in mind, schools back in session for most of the mid-state today, and that includes metro schools. So 80,000 kids will have to get in a car, a bus, or something and leave the house later today, and that's going to clog things up for sure. This is Shelby Avenue here in the heart of downtown Nashville. We're doing fine down here as well. Keep in mind, a lot of construction equipment is going to be moving down here very soon as the Titan season is now over. They're going to get started on Titan City and eventually a $2.2 billion dome all in the next few months.
Justin, thank you very much. Breaking news from overnight. The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office confirms a 5-year-old has died in a house fire. It happened on Fall Creek Road overnight, about 2 hours east of Nashville over on the plateau. Crews telling Fox 17 News they airlifted the child's mother to here in the Midstate Skyline Medical Center, their burn unit. The investigation into the cause of that fire is still very much ongoing here this Monday morning.
Well, there is a new bill aimed at preventing serious harm to someone at the hands of an incompetent or insane person. It's going to be discussed at this year's legislative session, which does begin tomorrow.
Yeah, and there's one story in particular from here in the Nashville area that has brought this to the forefront. Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar joining us live to tell us more.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. Well, the new bill includes prohibiting suspects who are mentally incompetent or insane from gaining access to guns to prevent from what happened to the woman that you were just talking about, which we'll get to later on. The bill also includes to make sure that the person is reported to the FBI and national databases, and says if someone is incompetent to stand trial, it would likely result in serious harm. Now, example of someone who was said to be incompetent by court-appointed doctors was Shaquille Taylor. He was found to be incompetent but was not detained. Police say he then shot a gun later on in November, and a stray bullet ending up killing an 18-year-old Jillian Ludwig. That's that young woman I was just talking about. Listen to her parents react.
It's just unthinkable that, he shot a teenager and he shot at a mother and her children and was still on the street to shoot my little girl in the middle of the day. So there's a failure, there's a breakdown in the system, and it really, there's no excuse for it.
The pain you hear from those parents' voices are exactly what lawmakers are trying to avoid. They hope that the bill is passed, and if it does pass, it's set to take effect on July 1st of this year. Reporting live from the Capitol, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Okay, Karen, thank you. After a Tennessee silver alert is issued for 76-year-old Jackie Glenn, her husband is now facing serious charges for her murder.
The DeKalb County Sheriff's Office confirms that Miss Glenn was murdered on New Year's Day at her home in Green Hills in DeKalb County. Her body then buried on another property, and Joseph Glenn, the husband, is now in custody.
Police say he admitted to killing his wife and then trying to go ahead and cover it up. He is due in court Tuesday morning.
If you'd like to read more about this story, kind of the in-depth details as they go back a bit, we've got it posted for you right now on our website, fox17.com.
Well, coming up, as Midstate neighbors try to recover from the December tornadoes, there is a local leader who wants to get the word out about a sometimes overlooked source of help.
Yeah, and we'll hear more about that from Justin McFarland in minutes. Plus, don't forget, we've got that code red weather alert for tonight. The possibility of power outages due to high winds moving our way. We've got code red meteorologist Greg Bobus tracking it all for you live through 9.
There is a crisis going.
Good morning, 6:09 is the time. City leaders in Gallatin are trying to make sure that tornado victims are getting all the help they can when they are in need, and many of them will certainly have been in need since those December the 9th tornadoes tore through. Now, charities and local churches have come together to try and take some action to help the victims, but the Small Business Administration, that's a federal office, wants to get out the message that they are not just for business, despite what is in their name. And when it comes to disaster relief, they have loans as low as 2.4%, and they don't need repayment right away.
There's no payment due until 12 months after the first disbursement of the loan. So it's a great resource for our residents to recover from the disaster.
Now, the Small Business Administration says they've got 7 different types of loans that they offer, but there are deadlines involved. Homeowners have until mid-February to apply. Businesses have until mid-September to apply.
6:10 is your time taking a look at your forecast going forward. We're in a code red weather alert for everything I'm about to show you right now. This morning is fine, but by 5 p.m., our next weather maker arrives, and this time around, some decent rainfall and a lot of wind. We had the rain over the weekend. Wind wasn't really a big deal. This time around, it's absolutely going to be. 5 p.m., 9 p.m. right here. This is, again, tonight. The heaviest rainfall coincides with the biggest wind gusts, I guess the strongest wind gusts, you could say. Taking a look, midnight to 2 a.m., and then 2 a.m. going even into 5, 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. You're going to be waking up, getting the kids to the bus stop in the rain and in the wind, and that's going to continue for a good portion of the morning hours into early afternoon. Keep that in mind. How much rain do we get out of this system as it tracks in? 1 to 2 inches of rain are likely. Now we talk wind. I'm going to stop this at the gustiest portion of the overnight. Take a look. Future wind gusts upwards of 50 miles per hour overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Very windy. Power outages are possible overnight tonight, so wake up with us tomorrow morning, and I'll keep you posted throughout the rest of this morning if I see any changes to the forecast.
Clear, clear traffic out there for you this morning at 6:11. Quick look outside. This is going to be I-40 at Dallas and Pike. As you can see, traffic moving along just fine out there in both directions. No major tie-ups. If you've got a flight out there at BNA this morning, no problems ahead of you. Overall drive times, here they are, fresh out the oven for you. 27 minutes coming in from Mount Juliet, 51 minutes, still under an hour coming in from Murfreesboro, 26 minutes in from Kingston Springs. No major tie-ups right now. We're doing okay as far as your drive times are concerned. A reminder that the kids are back in school today, so for the first time in a long time, you'll be able to see those school bus zones and kids waiting at the bus stop. So please be mindful as you get out and about. Coming up in Operation Crime and Justice, a woman is charged with a murder after police say that she got into a fist fight at a birthday party. We got the details on the incident and the latest on her trial coming up. Plus, Greg Bobus, our Code Red meteorologist, he'll be back to tell us how fast the wind could be blowing as it makes its way here to the Mid-State. We've gone Code Red, and Greg will give you the details coming up in a few.
Good morning and welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. 6:14 right now. Happening today, the lady you see here on your screen, Darlene Knight, is supposed to show up in court for her murder trial in the death of 50-year-old LaTanya Johnson. Now, Metro Police say that she shot Johnson in the parking lot of the Rothwood Apartments in Madison. Investigators say that shooting happened after the two of them got into a fist fight at a birthday party. The trial is set to begin at 9 o'clock this morning.
In your community this Monday morning, the Nashville Fire Department welcoming 32 new firefighters Friday. So today, yes, is going to be their first day on the job. The fire department said members of Battalion 88 learned and trained for more than 1,000 hours. They got that hands-on experience with fire and water rescue scenarios. Graduates will be serving the metro area. Again, that does start today.
Talking a lot of weather this morning, whether it's here at home in our Code Red Alert or the storms that have brought so much snow across the country. Taking a look now at the results of the nor'easter impacting the northeast. A strong storm that has left up to a foot of snow, maybe even more in some spots. But the snow isn't the only weather maker on the horizon for them, especially flash freezes expected as well. Oh, look at that cute baby just out there enjoying the
Yeah, well, that baby's
sledding.
cute, but this snow is just a mess. Keep it, keep it, keep it.
Yeah, it's not been pretty out there. And as far as flash freezing goes,
Yeah.
that's where you drop temperature very, very quickly in a really small amount of time. Think 30, 35 degrees swing in temperature. But we're not talking going from like 50 to 20. This is going from, say, maybe 30 degrees to 5 below.
Wow.
And objects just freeze almost instantly within a couple of hours. So
That's wild.
that's what they're going to be dealing with. Here back home, we got the wind. Taking a look here. This is where I left you off, and we're going to continue this journey through the wind the next 2 days. This is 4 a.m. tomorrow. When you are waking up with us here tomorrow morning, there will be wind gusts of 30 to 50 miles per hour, and it will still be raining on and off. Hard rain at sometimes. Now, the afternoon, the wind does die down a little bit. Here's 2 p.m. and then 2 p.m. going into Wednesday. The wind finally turns off. Wind advisory in effect from 6 p.m. today until midnight going into Wednesday morning. That means that entire time frame, quite a bit of wind. Yeah, where's your garbage can going to be? It's not going to be just knocked over. It may be down the street by the time you go back outside tomorrow when everything is all said and done. Get the patio furniture inside, charge the phone. Power outages can't be ruled out as this system moves in. 53 later on today. Right side of your screen, you'll see your current temperatures all the way through 9. We have temps that are in the 20s and 30s, so not too terribly cold. And we do get that rebound to 55. Watch what happens, though. We don't really have to worry about temperature tomorrow because it'll be raining almost the entire day. You're not going to be outdoors all that much if you can help it. 55. The wind dies down. No code red for Wednesday, but colder. And then one little push of some rain moves in Thursday into Friday. This may end up being our next code red scenario because wind will be with it once again. So we're kind of starting and ending the week with rain and wind, and then a very cold weekend ahead of us. Temperatures back into the 20s at night, and we barely hit 40 on Saturday and on Sunday.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 6:17. Quick look outside. This is going to be I-24 at Blue Hole Road out there on I-24 as you make that drive in through Antioch. So TDOT, I see what you're doing. Now, I'm going to talk to everybody, but I'm going to talk to TDOT especially. I've been doing this for a number of years. There's no traffic camera at I-24 Blue Hole Road until now. You guys have been out there installing new traffic cameras, haven't you? I've seen it. I see it. I know I do because this is an unusual view. You can't get through there with no big problems so far this morning. We'll continue to watch that. This is 65 at Armory on the south side. Things also moving along fine in that direction near 100 Oaks. We're going to give you the latest views of anything else that could get in your way coming up in a few.
We're talking about politics now, though. Formal impeachment hearings against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas are set to begin this week over on Capitol Hill. And it is all part of a major debate over what to do at the southern border after last month's more than 300,000 migrants. Fox 17 News' Christine Frizzell has the very latest update.
With the southern border emerging as a top issue in the 2024 presidential race, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is headed to Texas today.
We have a broken immigration system. That is the one single fact about which everyone agrees.
But more and more Republicans also agree he's the one to blame for the record numbers of migrants coming to the border, overwhelming the system.
I believe Secretary Mayorkas is an abject failure, but it's not because of incompetence. I believe he has done this intentionally. I think these are intentional policy decisions that he's made, and I think there must be accountability for that.
That accountability, according to GOP lawmakers, will come in the form of impeachment proceedings, which begin against Mayorkas this Wednesday. They're blaming him for failing to enforce the nation's existing immigration laws and misusing taxpayer dollars, as large U.S. cities run by Democrats continue to insist they, too, are at a breaking point.
We have folks that arrive in Denver and their court dates are 2029. It's 5 years out because the courts are so backlogged.
Border politics also playing out in intensifying battles between the federal government and the states. The Biden administration suing the state of Texas for its new law, allowing local law enforcement to arrest migrants, as Texas Governor Greg Abbott insists he's within his rights.
The federal government is refusing to enforce the laws passed by Congress because they are not enforcing the laws passed by Congress. The law that we pass simply enforces the laws passed by Congress.
Congress, meanwhile, still in negotiations over a bill to provide aid to Ukraine and Israel and update U.S. border policies. A slow-going process happening alongside a rapid rise in migrants coming from more than 150 countries around the world. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
6:20 is the time. Right now we're showing you this sunrise shot here of the beautiful Cumberland River, the Batman building. Listen, Fox 17 News, we are in a code red weather alert. The school bus forecast could be a lot different tomorrow morning. What you need to know and why you should go ahead and plan to pack that poncho in just a couple of minutes.
Car wreck? Get Hughes and...
Good morning. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Time right now, 6:23. The recent grounding of the Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes causing flight delays and cancellations.
So if you are flying very soon, here's what you need to know. The Federal Aviation Administration did order a temporary grounding of certain types of Boeing 737 MAX 9 jets. This is after a mid-flight blowout on an Alaskan Airlines plane.
Yeah,
the window.
Portion of the door.
The door, was it? Okay.
Yeah, they called it a door plug. Is what they've called it. To Justin's point, mid-flight, this thing blows out. Alaska Airlines, United Airlines have, as a result, as of this morning, pulled their MAX 9 jets for all inspections.
Wow.
So anybody who has an upcoming flight with Alaska or United, and you're maybe not even sure if you have one of these big jets, check your flight reservation.
Who sees what kind of plane that they're on typically? But if you would like to check, you can do so by just checking your reservation confirmation.
Crazy stuff.
It really is. Emergency road work is being done in the city of Portland, Tennessee. This is following a road collapse that was all the result of a water main break.
Yeah, it happened just yesterday morning at the intersection of Highway 109 and Market Street, causing a portion of that road to collapse. By the way, 109, such a busy thoroughfare. We understand that there are some stores and other things in that area of Market and 109 where you might have to park like a good ways away and then walk to get there, but impacted because of the water outages as well. That video shows you just how much work they've got to do.
Yeah, and it's still quite a bit of work out there. So watch out for crews a little bit later today as they arrive and continue to work out there with that. Well, we're going to check in on your forecast this morning. Greg Bobus leaving us the footnotes here of your bus stop forecast here. It is the first day for a lot of the kiddos. I know some school systems were in last week, I know. But today is the first day for a lot of the bigger school systems like Metro to get out there. 32 degrees, so yeah, you're going to need the hat and the gloves, yes, and the scarf, yes, while you wait on the bus. 34 degrees at 8 a.m. and 38 degrees by 9 a.m. this morning. Greg's going to tell us more about the possibility of some strong wind making its way in. That's why we've gone code red. He'll have that for you in a few.
Justin mentioned Metro back in today, Sumner County back in tomorrow. So just consider this your heads up, right? For traffic, especially.
Especially, yes. I-24 and I-65 there on the north side. A nice view here where the TDOT camera has pulled all the way out. They normally don't show us all of this, but they are this morning. But keep in mind, we're starting to see some of that slowdown as the congestion starts to build in. No major crashes to tell you about, at least not yet. This is just your friends and neighbors getting on the road all at the same time.
Coming up, hear about a new bill that prohibits access to suspects who are deemed mentally incapable or insane.
And right now at 6:26, a live look into downtown Nashville to kick off your Monday morning. All's quiet weather-wise right now, just cold to start your Monday. So make sure the kids are bundled up if they are heading out to the bus stop, and keep it here. Fox 17 News This Morning continues.
Ponzi Law working within...
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Fox 17 News and a Code Red weather alert this Monday morning, talking about the potential of some very forceful, gusty winds, how it could impact power outages.
A mid-state priest has now been removed from his position at a Franklin church. The allegations currently under investigation. Right now on Fox 17 News This Morning.
Steer clear traffic out there takes us to I-40 west of town. We're going to tell you why that truck on the side of the road may be doing more than just resting.
All right, Justin, thanks. And thank you for joining us for Fox 17 News This Morning, 6:30 on the dot. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I'm Erica Glover. The red lights behind us are on, which means we are in a Fox 17 News Code Red weather alert. And the winds, they could be dangerous, Greg.
That they could, and definitely going to be coming in a not great time. Overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. That means that while you're asleep, it's going to get very loud very quickly. We're going to have 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts that start to track into the area as early as 10 p.m., and those will be consistent on and off throughout the entire night into tomorrow morning. Waking up this morning, temperatures right side of your screen are in the 20s and 30s, so not that bad. So today's an easy one to get started with. It's the end of the day when things do begin to progress. Yeah, we're talking about 5, 6 o'clock this evening into tonight. That's when the bulk of our wind is really going to pick up. Wind advisory in effect for us here, and that's going to be in effect from 6 p.m. all the way through midnight tomorrow into Wednesday morning. 53 degrees this afternoon. Easy start at the bus stop for the kids. Tomorrow, not an easy start. We'll have rain, we'll have wind during the drive, during the bus stop routes, the whole 9 yards. 55 tomorrow, a little bit cooler Wednesday, and then another late week weather maker. Rain late on Thursday into Friday. So we'll see how much rain we'll see by the end of the week coming up in a few minutes.
Still clear traffic this morning at 6:31. Let's take a look as we get out and about. This is going to be I-40, very close to White Bridge Road. All right, we normally watch the trucks over there sleeping on the side of the road as they make their way in. However, this particular white cargo truck has arrived and they've opened up their doors and they've got tools and things. So that means this may be a disabled truck sitting here on the shoulder of the road that is finally getting some attention from a mobile mechanic out there. So give them some space as they operate, more than just sleeping, actually trying to do some work out there on the side of I-40 as you make your way in from the west side. We're also watching the traffic coming in from the south side. This is 65 at Armory Drive. No big problems for you coming in from there. No major accidents to slow you up, at least not yet. We've got an eye on the roads for you coming up here live through 9.
Justin, thank you. Fox 17 News following breaking news this Monday morning as we work to learn more about this house fire happening over in the Nations.
All right, so this is from Nevada Avenue where a lot of first responders showed up. You can see the 4800 block here is where they were dragging the hoses in and out, up and down those front steps there to try to make sure the fire is out, which it is, because since this happened in the 4 o'clock hour, crews have left.
Yes.
We noticed where they had to bust out some windows and poke holes through the roof to get the fire out. Still working to find out whether anybody was in the house at the time.
And what caused the fire.
Yeah, exactly. So a couple of things we're working to get answered for you live through 9 a.m.
We are also talking about politics this morning because a new bill that restricts access to guns for people who are found, I think, mentally incompetent, that is set to be discussed this legislative session.
Certainly a hot topic as our Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar is live with what this bill includes as the legislative session starts tomorrow.
That's right. The legislative session does begin tomorrow, and this bill is on the forefront of some lawmakers, including the one who spearheaded it, William Lamberth. This bill would do a number of things. One, it would expand the definition of what it means, basically. So mentally defective was initially used, and the wording would now include someone who was found incompetent to stand trial. Two, it would report this person to the FBI and national databases, and it also wouldn't let suspects who have been committed to a mental institution who are found incompetent to have access to a gun. This comes after a similar bill was passed in the House in the summer, tabled in the Senate following a young woman's death in November by who doctors say was an incompetent person.
What no one wants to talk about is how this gentleman got access to the gun. That seems to be the problem here. We have mental health, affecting a lot of people across the state of Tennessee. They're not committing acts of gun violence.
The new bill, if passed, would take effect on July 1st of this year. Reporting live from the Capitol, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Thank you so much. It's always our goal here at Fox 17 News to keep you in the know. So if you want to get some more local reporting and national news delivered to your inbox every single morning, do so by signing up for our Fox 17 newsletter. It's over right here. It's our homepage, fox17.com.
Now to Operation Crime and Justice here this morning. Allegations of misconduct prompting the removal of a priest from a Franklin church. This is right here in Middle Tennessee. The man that you're seeing here on the screen is the one in question. This is Father Juan Carlos Garcia, who has now been removed from active ministry at St. Philip Catholic Church in Franklin.
Yeah, that's after church leaders say a teenager came forward in November making allegations of improper touching. Disturbing story. The Diocese of Nashville said they immediately reported the claims to state and local crews and the diocese's own review board. The diocese spokesperson said that local Catholic leaders also hired an outside investigator for this case. Right now, though, the Williamson County District Attorney is reviewing the case.
And church leaders are asking anyone who might have had any kind of interactions with this priest to come forward to church advocates or go directly to police and ask for help. This is a story that we will continue to follow very closely over the next few weeks.
After the break, a story Fox 17 News have been covering for months now. Amanda Chin speaking with the mother of a toddler who died of a fentanyl overdose. The latest on the investigation and the suspect connected to the child's death.
And for those of you who are just now waking up with us, good morning to you. I hope your Monday's off to a good start. I know a lot of you are getting the kids back off to school today. Beautiful sunrise to do that. Should be a great morning at the bus stop, just a little cold. So bundle up for that and stick with us live through 9 as we track our Code Red weather maker. A bit of a windstorm blowing in tonight.
Without the right start to your day?
A little more than no worry flurries is what they saw as the storm system, or snow system in this case, moved through parts of the west, causing zero visibility in some areas. And it's really, really rough for some of those folks out there.
Yeah, I mean, when you see snow in Nevada and down in southern Arizona, that's not typical for this time of year.
No.
Let's get updated right now with Madison Keevy reporting.
A little scary. It's a lot of snow on the road, so it wasn't what we expected.
Chain controls are in place Saturday night, even though the worst of it is over.
My experience coming up here, there was a lot of snow. We've seen maybe 3 or 4 accidents.
Saturday afternoon, raindrops froze onto snowflakes, sending grapple down on drivers, not just snow. There were multiple accidents and spinouts reported.
Well, we were trying to make it to Tahoe Donner, but we underestimated how long it was going to take there in the snowy conditions.
Those very same conditions that piled snow on cars gave little ones a chance to play.
This is like a once-a-year thing. I just like walking around, exploring.
A day of fun, safer to get to after snow plows cleared slick and snow-covered highways.
It was a little bit nerve-wracking, but the road conditions pretty good.
A plan for one driver on her way to Reno.
It's very slow, very cautious. I'm not in a rush.
All right, and whether welcome or otherwise, those frigid conditions are expected to continue throughout the week. Just kind of a wild winter system impacting 2 parts of the country.
Yeah, and it's
Thankfully
about to be well, not yet. Greg has already educated me about that system out there in the plains and how that wind is gonna come from there to over here.
Yeah, that is the next weather maker for us big time. We're going to be talking about wind. They've got blizzard-like conditions out there. For us, we're not going to have anything like that. We're going to get the wind. We're going to get it with some rain. Let's take a look here. Wind advisory in effect from 6 p.m. until midnight Tuesday night into early Wednesday. That's how long we're going to stay on the windy side. It's all of Middle Tennessee, all of southern Kentucky. And what does that mean when we get a wind advisory? It means we could have wind gusts up near 50 miles per hour overnight tonight into tomorrow. Future track, 6 p.m., taking us into 3, 4, 5 o'clock today. Yeah, there we go. That's when things move in, between 5 and 6 p.m. And then 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock takes us to midnight. Oranges, yellows. Some pockets of heavy rainfall overnight with those wind gusts that will be on the stronger side. Future track through 2 a.m. and then this is through 6 o'clock in the morning. All the way down the I-65 corridor could be a problem for us tomorrow morning. Just trying to get out the door. And kids at the bus stop today, they're okay in the 30s. Tomorrow, we're going to want ponchos, not umbrellas, because that wind will be pretty tough to contend with here as you're waking up.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get out to I-24. This is I-24 very close to Hickory Hollow Parkway. Yeah, we're starting to see the slowdowns come in, so I need to check the drive times coming up here because we may be getting over an hour for the first time in a while coming in from Murfreesboro as we continue to have that pileup of traffic making its way in. We're going to have the latest on those drive times and possible areas of other slowdowns coming up in a few.
We're going to talk Titans coming up in just a couple of minutes with our sports director, Jill Jelnick. What an end to the season. We're going to look toward the future for players like Derrick Henry right there, who had a huge run.
Ooh.
Ryan Tannehill, who had a pretty good day, too.
Yes.
So a lot to sort out here on what is also known as Black Monday. The day that a lot of coaches get their walking papers.
Tajay Spears making the run into your living room right there. This is a look over the city of Nashville right now. Windy conditions expected. That's why we've gone code red. Greg Bobus will have the details coming up in a few.
My name
At 6:44 here on Fox 17 News, want to let you know that family members will appear in court this Monday morning after being accused of attacking a member of their own family for converting to a different faith. Metro Police say back on December 11th, they found a teenage boy with bruises and cuts. And the boy's father and brother are now out on bond, though, after facing domestic assault and also bodily injury charges. The mother, though, is facing charges for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. She's in the middle right here on your screen. The hearing is set to start 8:30 this morning. Fox 17 News, we're going to have a crew inside the courtroom and bring you the very latest updates both on air and online as they happen.
6:45, and as promised, we're going to dive into Titans highlights from the last game of the season. They close it out with a big win. Not only did the Titans get the win, but they kick the Jaguars out of the playoff contentions and at the same time put the Steelers into the playoffs. So there was a lot riding on the line yesterday for a lot of teams.
Fox 17 Sports Director Jill Jelnick has much more on a big win from Nissan Stadium.
Last season, the Jacksonville Jaguars spoiled the Titans' chances of making the playoffs, and this year, the Titans returned the favor. Tennessee upset the Jaguars Sunday 28-20 in their final game of the season. The offense and defense for Tennessee played arguably its best performance of the season. The offense tying a season-high 28 points, while the defense had 2 interceptions and a crucial goal line stop at the end. Several of the Titans players saying after the game they loved playing spoiler to the Jaguars' playoff chances, but more importantly, they loved going out with a win.
You know, there's a lot of satisfaction to be able to, play a game this late in the season that doesn't have, playoff implications, division implications, for us, and to prepare that the way they did, to come out here and compete the way they competed. I always tell you, credit goes to the players.
Definitely fun. Feel like the old days again. Definitely a great way to go out, especially against a division opponent, an opponent that I grew down the street, watching and, looking at and, following as a kid growing up. So, it was kind of all full circle.
Yeah, it was a fun day. Fun day for a lot of different reasons, but to be able to finish the season out, finish my time out here with a win, it was a lot of fun. It felt really good.
Derrick Henry's contract is up after this season, and if that was the last time we saw King Henry in a Titans uniform, he went out on a high note. Over 150 yards on the ground and a touchdown in the win. After the game, he took the microphone inside Nissan Stadium and quickly thanked all the fans for supporting him over the last 8 years. It felt like a goodbye for King Henry, but he also said in the post-game press conference he would love to stay with one team for his entire career. Reporting from Nissan Stadium, Jill Jelnick, Fox 17 Sports, your Code Red station.
Jill, thank you. So right now, we always want to know what you think. Is this really goodbye for Derrick Henry?
Well, right now, 79.5% of you think yes, it was goodbye for him. Time will tell. It certainly sounded more that way for Ryan Tannehill.
Oh yeah, during his speech?
Yeah, when he was talking to the reporters after the game, saying, finishing out my time here is what he said. So hopefully we'll get some answers as we go through the next week or two. Also, quick reminder, today is Black Monday. In case you're not familiar with that, this is a day when a lot of coaches get the walking papers. They move on.
Stay tuned.
We've already seen that start to unfold this morning. The Falcons, right, Greg?
Yeah, Falcons are the first ones up, and we'll see how many more we get throughout the day.
All right, let's talk Code Red, though, with Greg. Sports and weather, both his things. Let's talk about the weather moving in for tonight.
Yeah, all the red lights are on because of what's going to happen tonight into tomorrow. So this is that heads up before it gets here. This is what you're going to deal with overnight tonight. High wind. We're talking wind gusts 35 to 50 miles per hour almost the entire night on and off, and even into tomorrow morning. But the impact is the big thing. Whenever a weather maker moves in, it's what's it going to do to just our day-to-day life, and how's it going to impact me? Well, broken power poles cannot be ruled out. Tree limbs could be down. Trees could be uprooted in some spots. Some of the older trees, keep that in mind. This is overnight. The bullseye of the most gusty wind is going to be right over middle Tennessee. And we're waking up this morning with nothing happening. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s. We're on our way to the 50s later on this afternoon. Clouds will pick up a little bit for us here, and then the wind moves in. What will 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts do to you? Yeah, snap off branches, and they will give us the possibility of power outages. Get your devices charged, whether it's the iPad, the cell phone, whatever you can. Get the Fox 17 Code Red weather app, because say you do lose power, you can at least have a way to look at the radar tomorrow morning before you try to get up and get out the door. Your 7-day forecast, a lot of ups and downs for temps. 53 today, 55 tomorrow, but a much, much colder weekend is ahead of us after one more push of rain late in the week.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
Weekend snow coated parts of the mid-Atlantic, but barely left a film of powder on some streets Saturday and graced others with a splashy cold mix of snow and rain. But it was a different story in the Harrisburg area, where the scene resembled a winter wonderland of heavy, wet snow. And in Cranston, Rhode Island, flakes caught mid-air, creating this postcard-like photo.
For more content like this, like the National Weather Desk on Facebook.
All right, let's get you updated and steer clear traffic this morning. We are definitely seeing the return of the traffic once everybody's getting back into the swing of things. This is a live look from Vietnam Veterans Boulevard this morning, stacked up on the bypass all the way to New Shackle Island Road. So heads up for you there. You could take Main Street to come on in, but right now, just know this is part of your slow go near New Shackle on the bypass. Also notice heavy frost in a lot of the mid-state. More live looks and steer clear traffic, and we'll help you get around those big backups in moments.
Jen was just talking about it. Black Monday is here, and one NFL coach has already fallen. Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons firing their head coach, Arthur Smith, just last night. Hours after completing his third straight losing season with the Falcons.
Former assistant coach with the Tennessee Titans, as a matter of fact, finishing with an overall record of 21-30. The Falcons have posted 6 losing seasons since their last playoff appearance, which was in 2017. This was, in fact, will be the first of several coaching changes expected around the NFL on this Black Monday. Of course, a lot of folks wondering about Coach Vrabel with the Titans. Will he stick around? I know a lot of folks have been talking about Bill Belichick with the Patriots as well.
The Falcons not wasting any time, though.
No,
hours?
They were on it.
So coming up, we're taking a closer look at one of the more glamorous and then chaotic nights in Hollywood. The big wins and losses at the Golden Globes.
And a live look as the sun's starting to come up here in Middle Tennessee. Cold start to the morning. You saw the heavy frost up in Hendersonville, probably the case where you are as well. So give yourself a few extra minutes if you need to scrape off the ice from the windshield, and keep it here at Fox 17 News this morning. We've got you covered live through 9.
Plain.
Good morning. Taking a look here at 6:54, and now we're taking a look at the hour-by-hour stepping through all of the wind we're going to see. We are at a Fox 17 Code Red weather alert for wind tonight into tomorrow. This is 10 p.m. Not windy at all right now, but a good 12 hours from now, everything begins to change. Rain moves in, then the wind picks up. We could have wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour overnight tonight, and that will continue into the first few hours of tomorrow morning. Here's 4 a.m. for your Tuesday. Waking up to a considerable amount of wind, and it'll linger with us throughout the afternoon. It won't be as gusty during the afternoon tomorrow as it will overnight tonight, but the wind will be noticeable, and there will be a good 1 to 2 inches of rain that comes down between 5 p.m. today and roughly the middle of the day tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Not just wind, but also some decent rain with the wind. That means tomorrow morning at the bus stop, tomorrow morning trying to drive around town is not going to be easy when it comes to that 1-2 punch. And we still have a sunrise. It's fairly late for this time of the year, obviously, because the daylight is so short. 53 degrees this afternoon. Right now, the right side of your screen, temperatures are in the 20s and 30s. We'll be at 55 tomorrow, and then we'll start tracking our next weather maker after this first one moves out. Thursday, late in the day into Friday, another round of rain, and then Saturday and Sunday, much, much colder.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. We're starting to see that slowdown on Vietnam Veterans Boulevard close to New Shackle. They're on the north side. This is heavy congestion making your way in from places like Gallatin and Hendersonville here this morning. So far, have not seen reports of an accident here. This is just a lot of congestion at this particular moment in time as you make that drive in from Sumter County. Overall drive times look like this: 31 minutes in from Hendersonville, 57, still under an hour coming in from Murfreesboro, 26 minutes in from Kingston Springs. I expect every single one of these times to tick up as we move into our 7 o'clock hour.
The 2024 award season kicking off with the 81st Golden Globes last night. So we're talking about entertainment news here. Comedian and actor Joel Coy, who I've never heard of before, hosting the, well, somewhat controversial award show.
I mean, awkward at best. I watched the very beginning, and he was getting boos from the audience, tried to blame bad jokes on the writers, etc. But when it comes to shows that have been awarded so far, TV shows like Succession, Beef, and The Bear had big wins. In film, the Barbenheimer effect, as it's called, is still in motion, with both Oppenheimer and Barbie taking home awards. Let's head over to Fox17.com and see whether the Golden Globes are trending right now.
It's not.
Doesn't look like it, but I'll tell you what, there is a story that'll have you scratching your head. It's quite the story. The girl who has now been nicknamed Tunnel Girl, who has now been ordered to stop her underground home project that she's been documenting on TikTok, building a tunnel under her home in Virginia.
Of course, it has more than 500,000 views already on TikTok.
Crazy. So that's why it's trending.
If you want to read more about this tunnel and the Tunnel Girl to kick off your Monday, you can go to Fox17.com and take a closer look.
Erica said she's going to start a project at home too.
Yeah, in my free time.
She said, neighbors, just mind your manners.
Exactly. Mind your business. Hey, we're also talking about some record-setting bread. Mexico City now holding the Guinness World Record for the longest loaf of bread. Take a look. The record-setting bread is known as a Rosco de Reyes, or king cake, it's a bread that's traditionally eaten during the Three Kings Day celebrations. The bread that broke this particular record, though, was just shy of 14,764 feet long. Yeah, dozens of tables set up along several blocks going ahead and displaying this bread. Those who were out there decided they could get something to eat. Yeah, you were able to go ahead and treat yourself to several pieces. What do you think? Would you take this? Listen.
As far as Mardi Gras traditions, pretty much the king cakes are it.
Yeah, this is a totally different kind of king cake. This is New Orleans style, where Saturday, is King's Day. And of course, people in New Orleans and nationwide are gearing up for festivities, buying those king cakes, stocking up on beads. We have bakeries that say, especially down in New Orleans, bakeries that say they will make 3,000 loaves of bread a day.
Wow.
Leading up to Fat Tuesday. So if you were with us in our 5 o'clock hour, you heard us mention local places you can get King's cake type stuff. We'll tell you about that in just a minute, but first, listen.
Delicious king cakes, and it's always good to get the first one.
Just makes us realize it's time to take the tree down from Christmas and start thinking purple, green, and gold.
And suddenly I'm hungry. The biggest and final celebration of Mardi Gras is Fat Tuesday. This year, Fat Tuesday falls on February 13th.
All right, so one of the best places to go check out king cakes or king cake inspired treats. We have the cupcake collection.
Yes.
In the heart of Germantown in Nashville. A lot of our grocery stores, though, will be selling king cakes. We have places like Noni's Bakery, Merdi's down in Franklin. They do a king cake. So lots of places you can check out as we get Puffy Muffin is another one, as we get closer to Mardi Gras.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning, 7 o'clock your time, and we're on a Fox 17 Code Red weather alert. Not for what's happening right now. Mix of sun and clouds. We're very cold to kick off the day, but wind and rain return by the end of the day. That's the big story and why we're in Code Red.
Steer clear traffic takes us to Vietnam Veterans Boulevard near the Sumner County area. A slow go out there this morning. Basically, is about as far as your eye can see. We're going to tell you the best way to steer clear coming up in a few.
All right, Justin, thanks. And good morning to you on this Monday. Thanks for joining us for Fox 17 News this morning. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I'm Erica Glover. Fox 17 News, your only local news source from 7 to 9. And we're going to get started with our Code Red Weather Alert Day.
Yeah, let's get right into it. It's for wind, not severe weather, but definitely wind, and it comes overnight tonight, so it may wake you up. It could even give us a few power issues with how strong it's going to be. So we're going to be in Code Red all day, leading up to the evening hours. 5 to 6 o'clock this evening is when the rain begins to move in and the wind begins to pick up. Severe weather index, we always look at the big four: tornadoes, wind, hail, flooding, to see what we have to work with. When this system moves in, there will be a lot of wind gusts up near 50 miles per hour right around midnight and leading into tomorrow morning. This morning, not messy at all. Just cold. Make sure you're bundled up, heading out the door here to kick off this Monday. Also, it's back to school day for all the kids. So if this is the first time you've had to wake up this early in a while and you're getting out the door in a little bit, make sure we have a winter coat. 34 degrees, your temperature through 8 a.m. and 38 degrees will be your temperature through 9 o'clock. When kids are getting home later, well, we're going to be in the low to middle 50s. So really, a pretty decent warm-up takes us into the afternoon. I want to talk about the 7-day forecast in a little more depth, because look at how many things change, not just with the rain chances, but also with temperature. So after 53 degrees today, 43 overnight tonight, 55 tomorrow, very windy. I cannot stress that enough. Wind advisory in place from 6 p.m. today until midnight leading into Wednesday morning. 46. Cooler after this moves out. There could even be a few light snowflakes on the Cumberland Plateau late Tuesday into early Wednesday as this system pulls away. Then we get a little push of some warmth again. 54 on Thursday, 51 on Friday. Very rainy late in the day Thursday into Friday, and the wind picks back up with wind gusts once again 30 to 40 miles per hour. So we start and end the week with two different weather makers before a very cold upcoming weekend. A pair of 42-degree high temperatures Saturday and Sunday.
Steer clear traffic this morning. Let's get up to the north side this morning. This is going to be Vietnam Veterans Boulevard, very close to New Shackle Island, and this is where the backup is very clear out there this morning. No major crashes to tell you about, at least not that we can find with our cameras, but the backup is clear. Look at this, and if you can take a look at your screen, it's not just here. Look at how far, all the way back. Look at all the headlights there. That is you getting on Vietnam right now, Vietnam vets, and doing, let's call it 15 miles per hour, maybe, making that crawl into town. This is around exit 7 or 8, and you got to get all the way to Conference Drive and beyond just to get on to I-65. So you can do the math. It's going to be slow. Let's take a look at our drive up there from this morning. 29 minutes is what they're talking about right now. You can see where the line is. Again, we have not been able to find an accident, but it would seem there's something going on right about here, because afterwards, traffic does a lot better.
Parents are supposed to protect you, of you, and take care of you.
Fox 17 News at 7:04 this morning, following up on a breaking news story that we have been following. It's an update right now as a family is facing charges, 3 members of a family, in fact, after police say they beat their own son because he wanted to convert. They were Muslim, and he wanted to convert to Christianity.
Fox 17 News' Kieran Aguilar joining us live outside of the Metro General Sessions Court this Monday morning with more information. Kieran, what can you share with us?
Well, Erica and Jen, what we do know is police say the teen was found with bruises and cuts the second week of December. Now, those 3 family members, the ones who were accused, today in court, they'll face their fate.
A mother, Rawa Waja, father Nick Kadam, and son John Kadam were arrested after officers responded to a welfare check. Police found this teen trembling with lumps on his face on December 11th. Michelle, the assistant general manager at McDonald's where this boy worked, says she had her shift manager call the police.
They were torturing him. They had him down where they kicked and beat him unconscious.
Michelle says their pastor called her saying the boy's brother, John Kadam, was threatening to kill the victim over the phone. Michelle says it was all because the boy wanted to become a Christian.
I kind of like adopted him in my heart. And I knew about this problem because he come to me before and he said, my mom put a knife to my throat. And she said that if I don't deny Jesus, she's going to kill me.
Michelle says the mother is still in custody for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, but adds the father and son are out on bond after facing domestic assault and bodily injury charges. The victim's neighbor, Paul Levine, who became a mentor to this young boy, is heartbroken.
He told me a week ago he was threatened by his brother. His brother was going to shoot him.
Levine says he asked if he was okay and says the boy said they wouldn't do anything. But they did. Levine adds that the victim was always asking about his church and Christian faith. Levine says no one knew his parents well.
They don't have any friends in the neighborhood. You never see them, you never see them out.
Levine says it's uneasy knowing that two of the suspects are back home in their neighborhood.
Now, as for those accused, as I mentioned, court will begin today. It'll begin at 8:30. Reporting live from Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. At 7:06, we also have an update to a breaking news story from overnight. We go about 2 hours east of Nashville to the Plateau, where Cumberland County crews confirm a child has died in a house fire.
The child's mother, 38-year-old Andrea Cox, is right now at Skyline Medical Center for burn treatment. We'll continue to update you on this story as it unfolds.
It's been nearly 1 month since the deadly tornadoes ripped through Middle Tennessee, claiming 7 innocent lives and damaging thousands of homes and businesses.
FEMA leaders now say as of January 4th, they have completed 94% of home inspections for damage. Local leaders also say more than 3,000 survivors have registered to get help. As a reminder, the deadline to apply for FEMA's individual assistance is February 12th.
And if you would like to find more resources and information, of course, we have all of that. Go to fox17.com and also be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms.
It's just about 7:08 right now. A couple different live looks from Nashville to kick off your Monday. Sun's coming up, but it is cold this morning. Make sure the kids are bundled up, especially if it's your first day back to school. And keep it here to Fox 17 News as we have your traffic and Code Red weather updates every few minutes.
With Fargo, the new virtual assistant.
7:10 is the time here on your Monday morning. City leaders in Gallatin and across Sumter County are trying to do what they can to make sure that tornado victims are getting the help that they need. Now, charities and local churches have come together to take some action to help those victims. But the Small Business Administration, that's a federal agency, they also want to get the message out that they too are open and not just for businesses, despite their name. They are able to give loans with disaster relief, and some of those loans could come with payback percentages as low as around 2.4%. Raman Yang with the Small Business Administration made this plea directly to city leaders in Gallatin.
For SBA, we offer low interest disaster loans, and the interest for the homeowners homeowners and renters can be as low as 2.688%. And it's we do offer those assistance to cover the uninsured and underinsured losses.
Now, keep in mind, the Small Business Administration says they've got 7 different types of loans that they offer, depending on your situation. But there are deadlines to keep in mind when it comes to the December the 9th storms. Homeowners have until mid-February to apply. Meanwhile, businesses have until mid-September if they want to apply.
7:11 and Fox 17 and a Code Red weather alert here for what's going to come into the forecast later today into tonight. Right now, we're fine. We're just very cold. Temperatures that are in the 20s and 30s to start off today. Kids back to the bus stop for the first time, and boy, are they going to feel pretty chilly out there over the coming 2 hours or so. Now, taking a look, wind advisory in effect, and they've actually extended this advisory since you went to bed last night. Gusts of up to 45 to 50 miles per hour cannot be ruled out overnight tonight. Now the wind advisory goes 6 p.m. until midnight tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. So they've added an extra 6 hours of windy times here for us. And what does an advisory mean when it comes to the wind? Well, sustained wind. What that means is the average wind speed, 25 to 39 miles per hour with gusts upwards of 40 to 55, 57 miles per hour. That's the threshold we're going to be in all night long. Taking a look here. This is a picture at midnight, and we're almost in this brownish shaded area. We're the bullseye of all the wind that's going to move through the mid-south here. So keep that in mind. Again, 35 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. What does this mean for impact? Broken power poles cannot be ruled out. Tree limbs down, and all this happens while you're asleep. Make sure you have your cell phone charged before you go to bed, just in case you're one of those folks that might unfortunately end up with no power when you're waking up.
Circular traffic very quickly. Want to tell you about a situation going on. We've been looking for it and we found it on Vietnam Veterans Boulevard, very close to Gallatin Pike. We do have a multi-car crash there that has shut down one lane. That's why we're seeing that backup near New Shackle Island all the way back. 35 minutes on that drive right now. You want to take Main Street right down here. That's Gallatin Road. That's going to be your best bet to steer clear. We're going to continue to watch the roads here for you, let you know what else we find. So we got steer clear traffic covered with you live through 9 o'clock this morning. Well, many of us enjoyed the grocery tax-free holiday last year, but could new parents soon be getting another big break? We're going to tell you how one lawmaker is planning to ease some of your financial burden.
A Middle Tennessee father faces charges in the fentanyl-related death of his 23-month-old child. New information from police next.
Diabetes can serve up. Welcome back. 7:16 is the time. Following some breaking news on Fox 17 News, we're going to space. Well, not us necessarily, but take a look. Yeah, the first U.S. commercial robotic launch to the moon successfully taking off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. This is over in Florida. This marks the very first flight for United Launch Alliance's Vulcan rocket. It's carrying NASA's scientific instruments, so once it does land on the moon, the NASA instruments will go ahead and carry out a number of different studies, including a closer look at the moon's atmosphere. This is just one of the stories you can read much more about over on our website. That is fox17.com. Now, I know Greg Bobus is all about the sciences. That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. I mean, we're finally getting these strides to get back and explore a little bit more in space and even start getting humans back up more than just in, lower Earth orbit. Taking a look here, dry today, but we are in a code red weather alert for wind and rain that arrives later today, mainly overnight tonight. A little bit of snow. Now, there will be a few flakes possible when this moves out tomorrow over the Cumberland Plateau and potentially even portions of southern Kentucky. Sticking snow? No, not a big deal, but you could see a few flakes flying because cooler air moves in very quickly. Our code red threat level is in alert mode for strong wind tonight through Wednesday morning. That's the time frame here. Wind gusts up to 40 to 50 miles per hour means that branches could snap off of trees, wooden power poles could be snapped, and a lot of these branches could even fall on wires and bring down the power lines themselves, even if the poles are still okay. So keep that in mind. You may wake up with no power tomorrow morning or just have some debris in your yard. Also, you don't want to look out your back door and your patio furniture's not there. Anything not bolted to the ground, bring it inside or find a safe place for it if you can. It'll be to your advantage to do so. Taking a look at temperatures, we are going to be decently warm this afternoon, 53 degrees. Right now, right side of your screen, 20s and 30s. Tomorrow, 55. And then a little dip for Wednesday before we bring in another weather maker. It'll be our third in about 7 days with some decent rain. 1 to 2 inches of rain for us with this one. That second system that moves in late Thursday into Friday could bring an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain. Much needed rainfall, no severe weather as of right now, but a very cold weekend after that next batch moves in. Some areas won't make it out of the upper 30s, both Saturday and Sunday.
Circular traffic at 7:18. Quick look here at Vietnam Veterans Boulevard, very close to Gallatin Road. We've got a multi-car crash that is slowing things down in a big way out there on Vietnam Vets. The traffic is backed up for several miles all the way from here past New Shackle Island. My suggestion is to try to take Gallatin Road itself, Main Street. Yes, there are traffic lights. Yes, there are school zones, but the backup here is pretty rough. So until a tow truck can get there and get this out of the way, that is what it's going to look like. Here's 24 as you make that drive in from Murfreesboro. We've remained under an hour so far on that drive, but it's the first day back for so many people. So the congestion is going to build and build and build as we move towards 8 o'clock.
Justin, thank you. 7:19 is the time right now. Operation Crime and Justice this Monday morning. Officers have arrested a man in connection to a child's deadly fentanyl-related overdose.
This does come after we've been following months of Ariel Rose's fentanyl-related death for more than a year now.
Fox 17 News reporter Amanda Chen joining us live here in studio now with the latest on these new drug-related child death charges.
Yes, good morning, Erica and Jen. Well, after a 3-month investigation, Metro Police arrested the toddler's father, Kelvin Baylock Jr. Last week, the young boy was just 23 months old, where the autopsy shows he died from the toxic effects of fentanyl. It brings to mind a case we've been covering, the death of Ariel Rose, who was the same exact age. Now, police say officers responded to the North Nashville area on October 3rd after Blaylock called 911 to report he had woken up and found his son unresponsive. Investigators say the boy's mother dropped him off at Blaylock's while she went to work. The grandmother told me over the phone the parents had joint custody and was shocked to find out the father may have been involved with drugs. While it took 3 months for officers to make an arrest in this case, we know it took a year for investigators to make arrests in the Ariel Rose case.
Wow, and Amanda, I know you've been working on both of these stories intently for quite some time now. Have you been able to get in touch with anybody connected to this little boy?
Yeah, so when I found out about the arrests, I actually got in touch with the grandmother and the mother of this young boy who died. I've been speaking with them and texting with them over the phone since last week, and I am actually going to speak with the mother today, later this morning, so I'll be able to find out more. But what I do know is that she also feels more people need to be held responsible and accountable for this death. And as we know, that's very similar to Ariel Rose's. There have been arrests in the case, but the family feels there are still other people that need to be held responsible.
Wow, Amanda, thank you. We'll certainly share that message tonight and tomorrow morning here on Fox 17 News.
All right, in the meantime, 7:21 is the time, and coming up later this 7 o'clock hour right here on Fox 17 News this morning, the man you see here on your screen is a priest in a Franklin church who has now been stripped of his title. We're going to tell you why he's been removed from his position and the details on the allegations he's now facing.
Tennessee's failing DCS.
7:24 is the time. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. We're in a code red weather alert here this morning. You see the lights? Yeah, they're red for a reason, and that's because of the wind.
Yeah, so go ahead and give you the warning now, either this morning or before you go to work or tonight when you get home. Make sure you have gone around the perimeter of your dwelling and make sure everything's tied down, Greg.
We'll put a brick in it.
Yeah, right. 50-mile-an-hour winds.
50 mile per hour wind. Yeah, so taking a look here. This is the setup. Overnight, right now you're going to go, what wind? There's nothing out there right now. The morning is fine. The early afternoon's fine. It's going to be tonight into tomorrow. Gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Pockets of heavy rain and a rough Tuesday morning drive. We'll have wind and rain at the same time, trying to get back on the road and just start the day. That's never a good combination. So that's what we're going to be watching here in the coming 24 to 36 hours. So our threat index, when it comes to code red weather, we always look for what's the reason behind the code red. This is going to be for wind. The impacts could be power outages overnight tonight. While you're asleep, the power could go out. Make sure everything's all charged up for you when it comes to phones and tablets and things. Flooding. Not a big concern because the rain moves in fairly quickly and we don't get a whole lot of it, but 1 to 2 inches worth of rain cannot be ruled out as the system tracks through. So the wind we have to keep our eyes on. I've got a new look at future track as we go into our 7:30 half hour as far as timing of the rain and also when we'll see the biggest or strongest wind gusts going into tonight and tomorrow. So there's a lot that's going to be coming your way, and I'm going to keep showing you your 7-day forecast too because the ups and downs are all over the place. 53 degrees later this afternoon after a start in the 20s and 30s, so not a bad place to be. 55 tomorrow. A dip in temperature, but things calm back down for Wednesday. Wind advisory in effect 6 p.m. until midnight going into Wednesday morning. We'll talk about all that again as we go into our 7:30 half hour.
Steer clear traffic for you at 7:26. Here is a look at what we're dealing with here. This is going to be Vietnam Veterans Boulevard, very close to Gallatin. This has been the biggest crash we've been dealing with throughout the morning by far. It has shrunk down the lanes from Gallatin there from 2 lanes to 1, and that is huge as you make that drive down because traffic's backed up for miles here. I would suggest trying to take Gallatin Road or just giving yourself an extra 20 minutes. 25 minutes, calling ahead, telling somebody, yeah, I'm going to be running a little bit late. Turn on your TV. You'll be able to see why it's slow out there. Here's a look here on another drive. This is going to be 24 coming in from Antioch. This particular shot slows down, then speeds up and slows down and speeds up. It's not surprising to see school zone shots here, and then it'll pick up again. We're watching traffic here for you throughout the morning, live through 9.
And now to more breaking news this morning here on Fox 17 News. This time, Metro Police saying that a murder suspect is in custody. Metro Police sharing a social media update just around 7 o'clock this morning. And we now know the man on the screen right behind me, Cody Frazier, was arrested and charged with criminal homicide. Police say Frazier shot and killed Richard Wilder back in December. On the 23rd of December, Wilder's body was discovered inside of his car, which was parked and crashed, I should say, into a Subaru dealership over on Brick Church Pike. You can read more updates about this story by going to fox17.com.
Coming up, court for a Muslim family accused of attacking their own son for wanting to become a Christian.
Without the right start to your day.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Waking up with a code red weather alert. Wind moves in tonight. It could mean power outages, down trees. We'll time it out for you coming up on your forecast.
Steer clear traffic takes us to Vietnam Veterans Boulevard near Gallatin Pike. A slowdown that has got traffic crawling. We're going to tell you how to steer clear.
His investigation determined that there was possibly a second victim involved in another situation similar.
2 potential victims of sexual misconduct at a Franklin Catholic church. The father at the center of the allegations now pulled from his role.
And thank you for waking up with us here on a Monday morning for Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. 7:31 is your time right now. We're glad to be your live local news source, always here for you through 9 a.m. And as such, we get you important weather updates like this code red weather alert we have for tonight. Greg Bobus right now with those important updates.
Yeah, let's get right to it here. We are code red for tonight, and it's only for wind. This is not going to be one of those times around where we have to worry about severe weather. Nighttime events are bad enough as is, but thankfully we keep that out of the cards. Just wind with some rain that will move in as well. 1 to 2 inches of rain tonight into tomorrow. We're dry for the daylight hours of today. After 5, 6 o'clock, that's when the rain begins to track into Middle Tennessee from west to east. Wind and rain arrive tonight across the board by about 9 p.m. A little bit of snow. A couple of flakes could be seen on the backside of this system tomorrow in the Cumberland Plateau, but that's not really the big deal here. The big feature is going to be that wind that does pick up. Now, I'm putting a lot out here for you. I'm just going to show it, and I'm going to tell you and break it down real easily. This top line are the hours it's most likely to rain. The bigger the bar, the better the rain chance. So this evening into the first half of the night, with that, wind speed, regular wind speed goes up to about 20 miles per hour. Wind gusts, look at this red area right here on your screen. That shows us that we're going to have wind gusts right around midnight to 2 a.m. that will be upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour. Nothing happening right now. We are very cold, though. We have temperatures that are in the 20s again. First day at the bus stop for a lot of kids. If the bus hasn't rolled through town just yet, winter coat for sure. 53 this afternoon, 55 tomorrow. And then we'll talk about another late week weather maker once we get past this first one that will bring in another 1 to 2 inches of rain Thursday into Friday before a much colder weekend. Stick with me. I'll have a new look at some timelines here when it comes to future track and pulling the rain in coming up in about 5 minutes.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 7:33. Here's a quick look at Vietnam Veterans Boulevard as you approach Gallatin Pike there. As you can see, we've got multi-cars involved with the crash. It's slowing things way down up there. Let's take you to Vietnam Vets. 41 minutes right now. You can see the slowdown from around Gallatin Pike all the way back to New Shackle Island. You want to take Main Street itself or Gallatin Pike itself to steer clear until you can jump back on around a Conference Drive or Cedar Point there as you make that drive in in through Sumner County. We're also dealing with slow traffic in through the Antioch area. This is I-24 as you make that drive in from the Antioch area. Back behind that, Smyrna and Laverne. Right now, that drive time is over an hour from Murfreesboro into downtown. Best way to steer clear? Well, patience. Or Murfreesboro Pike. Both of them will require patience if you drive out there this morning.
All right, Justin, thank you. At 7:33 right now, we have a breaking news update just into the Fox 17 newsroom from an early morning fire near the Nations in Sylvan Park. We now have learned a firefighter was hurt on this fire along Nevada Avenue this morning. Again, this is West Nashville. The fire started inside this big two-story home here around 3 o'clock this morning. Nobody in the house was hurt. Just a firefighter, as we have learned, and we understand burns to the hands looks to be the official word here. The cause of the fire still under investigation this morning.
And at 7:34, we're also taking a live look over at our state capitol because the 2024 legislative session is set to begin at the Tennessee State Capitol building on Tuesday. So right now, we're showing you this live look out there, letting you know that lawmakers will take up several new bills, including a bill that would prevent people found incompetent to stand trial from accessing guns. They're also going to go ahead and talk about a bill that would create a sales tax holiday for new items for parents who spend a lot of money on things like diapers, baby wipes, formula. So for new parents, think about that. Lawmakers have until February 1st to go ahead and file a new bill. And again, this session does begin tomorrow at noon.
Right now at 7:35, we are closely watching a story that will develop starting in about 1 hour from now. It is the Muslim family that is now facing charges. All three members you see behind us here. Charges because police say they beat their own son because he wanted to convert to Christianity. That teenager ended up in the hospital.
Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar is joining us out there live with some more updates. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. The affidavit says that the mother, father, and brother punch, spit at, and more to the boy in the second week of December. Today, there's a court hearing to determine the fate of some of those family members.
A mother, Rawa Waja, father Nick Kadam, and son John Kadam were arrested after officers responded to a welfare check. Police found this teen trembling with lumps on his face on December 11th. Michelle, the assistant general manager at McDonald's where this boy worked, says she had her shift manager call the police.
They were torturing him. They had him down where they kicked and beat him unconscious.
Michelle says their pastor called her saying the boy's brother, John Kadam, was threatening to kill the victim over the phone. Michelle says it was all because the boy wanted to become a Christian.
I kind of adopted him in my heart. And I knew about this problem because he come to me before and he said my mom put a knife to my throat and she said that if I don't deny Jesus, she's going to kill me.
Michelle says the mother is still in custody for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, but adds the father and son are out on bond after facing domestic assault and bodily injury charges. The victim's neighbor, Paul Levine, who became a mentor to this young boy, is heartbroken.
He told me a week ago he was threatened by his brother. His brother was going to shoot him.
Levine says he asked if he was okay and says the boy said they wouldn't do anything. But they did. Levine adds that the victim was always asking about his church and Christian faith. Levine says no one knew his parents well.
They don't have any friends in the neighborhood. You never see them, you never see them out.
Levine says it's uneasy knowing that two of the suspects are back home in their neighborhood.
Court is set to begin at 8:30 this morning. We'll keep you updated on the outcome of what might happen. Reporting live in front of the Metro General Sessions Courthouse, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. Hey, the school bus forecast could be a doozy come Tuesday morning, but right now, Fox 17 News showing you two beautiful live looks this Monday. Up next, our Code Red meteorologist Greg Bobus tracking those chilly temperatures. Stay with us and happy Monday.
When your door is open.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Operation Crime and Justice. A religious leader at a Franklin church has now been removed from his position. This comes as allegations of sexual misconduct are now being investigated.
Now we are talking about the Franklin City Police Department, who is investigating after a teen at the St. Philip Catholic Church made reports of inappropriate behavior from Juan Carlos Garcia. Right now, the Williamson County District Attorney is reviewing this particular case. Church leaders are asking anyone who is impacted to come forward to the church, advocates, or directly to police to seek help.
At 7:41 right now on this Monday morning, we have a new code red weather alert that's now been issued for the system that we're expecting tonight. And Greg, you were saying earlier this morning, this is part of a much bigger weather system.
100%. And we're actually getting the not so bad portion of it. You're going to be hearing about blizzard conditions in the Plain States all throughout today. And blizzard meaning a lot of wind mixed with the snow, little to no visibility. We're going to keep our eyes on that. That's moving in our direction, but we don't get the snow. We get the wind and we get liquid. We get rain instead, which is good because we would not want to be having 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts and snow coming down. That would be miserable. Here's Future Track at 5 p.m. We are not in code red for this morning or early afternoon. We'll be at the 53-degree mark later on this afternoon. Here we go, though. As promised, a look at Future Track. 9 p.m., almost all of us in some light to moderate rainfall. The heaviest rain, that's going to come down very late tonight. We're talking around midnight into tomorrow morning. Yellows begin to pop up, pockets of heavier rainfall, even some oranges. Now, this is not going to be severe weather by any means, but we definitely have to work through this tomorrow morning together. You're going to wake up with us. I'm going to be actively tracking on the radar in real time, trying to get you out the door, finding the pockets of heavy rain, where they're at, where they're moving, because this could be a slow go of it, trying to get from point A to point B, not just from the rain, but also from the wind. We're going to have gusts right around 50 miles per hour overnight tonight, right when the wind and the rain move in together. The strongest portion of rain comes with the strongest wind gusts at the exact same time. When all is said and done, 1 to 2.5 inches of rainfall are likely. I'm going to have some tips and some hints for you before you go to bed tonight that you can do to kind of make sure you weather the storm properly before you wake up tomorrow morning. That's coming your way in a few.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 7:43. Quick look here at Vietnam Vets Boulevard, very close to Gallatin. They've got a tow truck on the scene so they can finally remove the last of that crash that can clear the way up there coming down from Hendersonville. So hopefully drive times will improve soon. This is 40 at Broadway. We did have a disabled vehicle here, but no longer the case. Things are moving along.
At 7:43, the Titans close out the season with the win. They upset division rivals, the Jags, keep them out of their playoff contention. We've got highlights from the game. Plus, Justin, I know you're keeping an eye on the Black Monday movement as well.
Black Monday. Some people no longer with the job. We'll be right back.
Watch Fox 17 News at 5:30.
7:46 is the time here on Fox 17 News this morning. We are in a code red weather alert. Got the lights on. And folks are saying, what does that mean? I mean, some folks are just getting back to school, and tomorrow morning could be really chilly at the bus stop.
Today's okay, but tomorrow's going to be a completely different story. It'll be raining, and it'll be very windy when we're trying to commute or get the kids on the bus.
All right, so wind and rain, biggest impact.
No umbrellas.
Because they're going to blow away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have any other ponchos.
Tie up the hood on the jacket real tight.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Take those types of rain precautions, rain boots, but an umbrella is not going to do you really anything when we have wind gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour right in the middle of that drive, or when you're at the bus stop and then you have the umbrella where it does the inside out thing. That's the kind of wind we're talking about here. Strong wind tonight through Wednesday morning. Wind advisory in effect from 6 p.m. and they extended it while you were asleep. It now goes all the way until midnight Tuesday into Wednesday morning. Keep that in mind. So this is going to be a pretty long event when it comes to how gusty the wind is going to be in terms of hours. We're talking about maybe 18, 20 hours worth of some decent wind that'll be out there for us here. Wind gusts upwards of 50 miles per hour. The strongest wind is going to come overnight between midnight and about 2 a.m. The impacts, and I told you I'd give you a few little tips here. Broken power poles, the wooden variety, possible here. Also, tree limbs and branches could be knocked off, and a few of those may even hit some power lines and cause additional issues. So when we're waking up tomorrow morning, we'll be monitoring anything we see out there when it comes to power outages, any debris. One more thing I'll tell you is if it's not strapped down, it might not be there when you wake up. lawn furniture, patio furniture, all of that, garbage cans. They're going to be blown away here in some spots throughout the overnight into tomorrow morning. And then you're having a 7 a.m. scavenger hunt when the sun comes up just to find your stuff. So keep that in mind. Again, wind gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour overnight tonight. 1 to 2 inches of rainfall will be in the forecast for us as well. And then we're going to talk about temperatures. Little extra time on the 7-day for this one because nothing's happening right now. We have current temperatures in the 20s and 30s on the right side of your screen. They'll keep scrolling for you all the way through 9 a.m. even during the commercial breaks. 53 later today. 43 overnight tonight as that rain and the wind pick up after around 5 p.m. today, and they'll last overnight. 55 the high tomorrow. 33 degrees tomorrow night. One colder but calmer day for Wednesday before we get right back into it. Rain late Thursday into Friday. That's another weather maker that we have to track for you here. And another 1 to 2 inches of rain can't be ruled out. If you've got plans for the upcoming weekend, take a look at the right side of your screen right now. 42 for the high temperature, and that is in the metro area. If you get out away from Nashville, likely in the upper 30s for the afternoon high temperature. One more thing I want you to do for me before you go to bed. Make sure that you have your devices charged in case you do lose power overnight. You don't want to wake up to a dead cell phone and no power. That's just a not so good combination.
Certainly not. Thank you, Greg. Let's take a look at steer clear traffic this morning. This is going to be I-65 at Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. We are dealing with a brand new crash here. A couple of cars pulled over on the shoulder of the road. TDOT blocking off one lane, so watch out, give them some room. But it's not causing near the problems as their earlier crash on Vietnam Vets was causing. Thankfully, that crash is now cleared, so hopefully things along Vietnam Vets should be getting a lot much better there. Here are your drive times right now. Still 40 minutes coming down from Vietnam Vets through Hendersonville, but that time should be improving. 61 minutes in from Murfreesboro, 33 minutes in from Franklin right now. We've got plenty of other areas to check on as we continue on live through 9.
Justin, thank you. Let's talk Titans. Well, at least we finished on a high note, right? Closing out the season with a win, upsetting the division rivals Jacksonville Jaguars at home. Not only that, but kept him out of the playoffs as well.
Fox 17 Sports Director Jill Jelning has much more on the big win from Nissan Stadium.
Last season, the Jacksonville Jaguars spoiled the Titans' chances of making the playoffs, and this year, the Titans returned the favor. Tennessee upset the Jaguars Sunday 28-20 in their final game of the season. The offense and defense for Tennessee played arguably its best performance of the season. The offense tying a season-high 28 points, while the defense had 2 interceptions and a crucial goal line stop at the end. Several of the Titans players saying after the game they loved playing spoiler to the Jaguars' playoff chances, but more importantly, they loved going out with a win.
You know, there's a lot of satisfaction to be able to, play a game this late in the season that doesn't have, playoff implications, division implications, for us, and to prepare that the way they did, to come out here and compete the way they competed. I always tell you, credit goes to the players.
Definitely fun. Feel like the old days again. Definitely a great way to go out, especially against a division opponent, an opponent that I grew down the street, watching and, looking at and, following as a kid growing up. So, it's kind of all full circle.
Yeah, it was a fun day. Fun day for a lot of different reasons, but to be able to finish the season out, finish my time out here with a win, it was a lot of fun. It felt really good.
Derrick Henry's contract is up after this season, and if that was the last time we saw King Henry in a Titans uniform, he went out on a high note. Over 150 yards on the ground and a touchdown in the win. After the game, he took the microphone inside Nissan Stadium and quickly thanked all the fans for supporting him over the last 8 years. It felt like a goodbye for King Henry, but he also said in the post-game press conference he would love to stay with one team for his entire career. Reporting from Nissan Stadium, Jill Jelnick, Fox 17 Sports, your Code Red station.
Jill, thank you. And right now we're taking a closer look at how King Henry finished the game on your screen. Henry finishing with 153 yards on the ground and 1 touchdown. And with that, Henry becomes the 4th player in NFL history to have 1,000 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns in 5 different seasons.
All right, so the contract is up this season for Derrick Henry, also for Ryan Tannehill. So this could have been both of their last games in a Titans uniform. But much of that has yet to play out, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. Every development that comes in, you can count on us to keep you updated through 9 a.m. But in the meantime, we want to know what you think. Do you think this was the goodbye game for Derrick Henry, or do you think he's going to stick around? The poll question is up and live right now over at twitter.com. Search up Fox Nashville. You'll find the poll. Right now, 80% of you say yes, you think it was Derrick Henry's last game with the Titans.
And Jen, we're also tracking Black Monday. Yeah, 2 NFL coaches have already fallen. First, the Atlanta Falcons fired their head coach, Arthur Smith, last night. We're talking just hours after completing his 3rd straight losing season with the Falcons. Smith, a former assistant coach with the Tennessee Titans, finishing with an overall record of 21-30.
And we've also just learned in about the last 15 minutes or so that the Washington Commanders have fired their coach, Ron Rivera. That's according to both media outlets there in the D.C. area and some NFL reporters. So Ron Rivera out this morning. The Atlanta Falcons coach is out as of last night. There are a couple of other teams that were also working with interim coaches already because their head coaches were let go mid-season. So we'll see what else might happen as we go through the day. Could Coach Vrabel
Big question.
Be leaving the Titans? Will Bill Belichick stick around in New England? As those updates come in, we've got you covered. Your only live local news source through 9 a.m.
Well, 7:54 is the time. Lawmakers are gearing up for the 2024 legislative session. In the next half hour, we're going to have an exclusive interview right here on Fox 17 News with State Representative John Ray Clements.
It's been a long
Good morning, 7:56 your time right now. And the 3 big bullet points here for our Code Red weather story is that dry to begin the day. We don't have any rain or wind that get here during the daylight hours. Once we're past sunset, 5, 6 o'clock, our westernmost counties, and then by 9 p.m., almost all of Middle Tennessee has worked into some rain and the wind begins to pick up. Maybe even a little bit of snow for the Cumberland Plateau on the backside of this weather maker. So we're talking late tomorrow. All of it today is going to be all of it tonight is going to be on the rain variety of precipitation. Code red threat level, we do have the area that's moved all the way over. Strong wind tonight. That's the only threat we face. No severe weather, no dangerous cold, but this goes all the way through late Tuesday into very early Wednesday morning before we calm back down. Wind advisory in effect from 6 p.m. today until midnight Tuesday into Wednesday morning. And this is for all of Middle Tennessee, all of Southern Kentucky. What does it mean to have a wind advisory? It means average wind speed will be between 25 and 39 miles per hour with gusts at least up to the 40 mile per hour mark, if not close to 50 miles per hour right in the middle of your night. When we go to 8 o'clock, we'll take a look at future track and we'll help time this out hour by hour.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-65 and I-24. It's slow out there this morning, so heads up as you make that drive down from the north side there. It is the best bet for you to try to take Ellington Parkway to try and steer clear. This is congestion, but this is also called Monday normal rush hour. It has not looked like this in a number of weeks. We haven't had metro schools in for a number of weeks, but we do today, and that's why we're seeing some of this slowdown. We're going to show you other areas around town coming up in a few.
Promotional consideration for this program provided by Ponce Law.
Hey, we got a question for you. Do you know someone in your community who is a hometown hero just doing some good things?
We know you do. Because we know those same people, and we have considered it an honor and a joy to share stories as part of our Hometown Heroes segment here on Fox 17 this morning, where we team up with Ponce Law to find and then award these hometown heroes $1,000.
Yeah, it could be anyone, a veteran, teacher, first responder, frontline workers, you name it. Okay, so take a look at your screen. This is how you go ahead and nominate your hometown hero. You visit PonceLaw.com/hometown heroes. Every month, a selected hero will then be featured right here on Fox 17 News.
Promotional consideration for this program provided by Ponce Law.
We're also talking about the Nashville Predators taking on the Dallas Stars Saturday night. And the last time they faced their division rivals, Dallas, well, essentially went ahead and just stole their glory, so to speak.
The Preds, though, get the final word here, and the final word is a win. Let's check the highlights as we go to this matchup with the Stars, because, yeah, the Preds able to return the favor this weekend with a goal there. They were hot from the start. Preds looking to get even over the weekend, and that was forward Gus Nyquist, who snagged a steal and a score. Preds take a 1-0 lead. They make it 2-0 in the second with that goal right there. Now, the Stars would even the score at the end of the second period. They get 2 goals, one off of a power play, and they tie it at 2-2.
Yeah, ultimately, though, Dallas would cut the lead to 1. The Preds kept the lead, winning it 4-3 over Dallas.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. Taking a look here, we have some sunshine to start the day. We're a little bit cold in the 20s and 30s, but we're in a Fox 17 Code Red weather alert for an incoming weather maker with very strong wind overnight tonight. I'll track in your forecast.
Steer clear traffic takes us to I-65 near Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. Disabled vehicle on the shoulder. We're going to tell you about the driving impact coming up in a few.
Coming up, court for a Muslim family that's facing charges after being accused of attacking their own son for wanting to become a Christian.
Thank you for waking up with us here on a Monday morning for Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We're glad to be your live local news source, always here for you through 9 a.m. And we do start this 8 o'clock hour with our Code Red meteorologist, Greg Bobus, who is really just kind of crunching the numbers, looking at storm systems, and getting us prepared for an active overnight.
Very active overnight, and the timing is not great because the wind picks up when most of us are trying to sleep. It may wake you up, but also may cause a lot of problems that you just don't see until you wake up the next morning and the sun comes back up. So we are code red for wind. That is the next weather maker moving in. It will come with some pockets of heavy rain. 1 to 2 inches of rain can't be ruled out. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour are possible. And that's not just 1 or 2 gusts. That could be frequent for about a 4 or 5 hour period, about 10 a.m. until about 3 o'clock in the morning. I should say 10 p.m. until about 3 o'clock in the morning. Waking up with us tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock, I will be actively tracking rain on the radar and taking a look at current wind speeds. Charge all devices before you go to bed. Make sure you've got a full battery just in case you lose power. It's possible, and it could be a rough Tuesday morning drive. Set the alarm early because you may have to add a couple extra minutes just trying to get out the door. Bus stop was good this morning. Not going to be great tomorrow by any means. The wind and the rain linger through the commute and through bus stop forecast time. Taking a look, 53 degrees later on today, so not a bad one. The rain starts after about 5 o'clock, moves into the metro between 5 and 9, and then the wind picks up overnight. We're going to track it all for you coming up in about 5 minutes. The next check of your Code Red forecast.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 8:03. Here is a look at I-65 near Vietnam Veterans Boulevard as you make that drive into town. As you can see, we've got a pickup truck here on the shoulder. TDOT on the scene to help them out, causing minor delays at best, but not really huge ones as you make that drive in for you so far this morning. Another look at another scene here. This is going to be I-65 at I-24 at the junction where the function is not going on, okay? It is not moving a whole lot up there. You want to use Ellington Parkway or Dickerson Pike as the best bet to steer clear.
Justin, thank you. It's 8:03 right now.
To protect you, of you, and take care of you.
We are hearing this morning from folks who are connected to a family that is going to appear in court later this morning. 3 members of that family right behind us here, and they are Muslim, and they are accused of beating their teenage son because he wanted to convert to Christianity.
Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar is joining us out there live this morning with an update on the charges and what we're going to learn today. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. Today, a court hearing will determine the fate of those 3 family members. His mom, his dad, and his brother, who police say spit, punched, and even cut him in the second week of December for wanting to become a Christian. A mother, Rawa Waja, father Nick Kadam, and son John Kadam were arrested after officers responded to a welfare check. Police found this teen with injuries to his face on December 11th. Michelle, the assistant general manager at McDonald's where this boy worked, says she had her shift manager call the police.
They were torturing him. They had him down where they kicked and beat him unconscious.
Michelle says their pastor called her, saying the boy's brother, John Kadam, was threatening to kill the victim over the phone. Michelle says it was all because the boy wanted to become a Christian.
I kind of adopted him in my heart. And I knew about this problem because he come to me before and he said, my mom put a knife to my throat. And she said that if I don't deny Jesus, she's going to kill me.
The mother was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The father and son are both charged with domestic assault and bodily injury. The victim's neighbor, Paul Levine, who became a mentor to this young boy, is heartbroken.
He told me a week ago he was threatened by his brother. His brother was going to shoot him.
Levine says he asked if he was okay and says the boy said they wouldn't do anything, but they did. Levine adds that the victim was always asking about his church and Christian faith. That's it. Today's court hearing will be a plea for a settlement. It'll begin in about 30 minutes. We'll keep you updated on the outcome. Reporting live in front of the Metro General Sessions Courthouse, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. And also right now we have an update to a breaking news story that we first told you about that happened overnight. We are now learning more about a house fire in Cumberland County that has claimed the life of a child. A sad update here.
Just tragic here. 5 years old. We understand now the age of that child. The mother, we understand, also is now recovering. 38-year-old Andrea Cox airlifted here to the Midstate to Skyline Medical Center for burn treatment in their burn unit. The sheriff's office does tell us they are investigating what caused this fire, and as soon as we get those updates from Cumberland County, which is a couple hours east of here on the plateau, we'll be sure to let you know.
It's been nearly 1 month since the deadly tornadoes ripped through parts of Middle Tennessee, claiming 7 innocent lives and damaging thousands of homes and businesses. FEMA says as of January 4th, they have completed 94% of home inspections for damages. Local leaders also say more than 3,000 survivors have registered with the agency for some kind of assistance. As a reminder, though, the deadline to apply for FEMA's individual assistance is February 12th. If you would like to read much more about the resources that are available, go to fox17.com, and also be sure to follow all of our updates on our other social media accounts.
Tornado victims are trying to recover, and they may be missing out on some help that is available. We're going to tell you why city leaders in Gallatin are trying to get the word out.
This is the battle we have.
8:09 is the time here on this Monday morning. City leaders out in Gallatin are trying to do whatever they can to make sure that tornado victims are getting the help that they need. Now, local charities and churches have come together to do what they can to help victims recover. But the Small Business Administration, it's a federal agency, says they're trying to get their own message out, that they are not just for businesses despite their title. They say when it comes to disaster relief, they've got loans available at low interest rates, and they want people to apply.
For homeowners, for their damaged real estate, the loan is up to $500,000. We hope the residents here and the business here can take advantage of that to recover from the disasters. We also offer economic injury disaster loan for the businesses who are in need of working capitals.
And they are offering up to $2 million worth of loans for that. The Small Business Administration says they've got 7 different types of loans that are out there and available. But keep in mind, there are deadlines out there associated with these as well. For homeowners, the deadline is in mid-February. And for businesses, they have until mid-September to apply.
8:10 is our time right now, and you can see it right there. We're in a code red weather alert for later today. We briefly touched on it about 5 minutes ago, the rough timeline. Now I'm giving you the exact hour-by-hour breakdown of when rain and wind arrive to Middle Tennessee. Morning, afternoon, not bad at all. Clouds will pick up, though. By 5 p.m., we start seeing our first raindrops right along our western tier of counties, and those will pull into all of Middle Tennessee by roughly 8, 9 o'clock tonight. Then it continues. Greens on the radar at first, meaning lighter rainfall to kick off this system. Then yellows and oranges track in. This is midnight to 4 a.m. And we're going to work through some pockets of some pretty heavy rainfall. Here is 6 a.m. Still quite a bit of action on the radar for us, and that will continue throughout the entire morning drive. It'll be an issue at the bus stop as well. Keep all those things in mind. The kids are back to school today. Today was an easy one to get out the door. Tomorrow, far different. No umbrellas tomorrow. Too windy for that. Wind gusts will be up near 50 miles per hour right in the middle of the overnight. Talking about rainfall totals. How much could we see by the end of this? Well, some 1 to 2 inches of rain. The heavier totals are going to be down in our south and eastern counties. That's the area that'll see some of the heavier bands that do track through. Coming up in 5 minutes, we'll look ahead to future wind and find the gustiest times overnight. And then we'll look ahead to another weather maker by the end of the week.
8:20 12. Steer clear traffic as you get out there this morning. Let's get you over to I-65, the I-24 junction, and you can see the traffic heavy coming in from the north side here. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. It is a Monday after all, and a back to work, back to school Monday for many people out there. So this is only appropriate. Here is I-40 at Spence Lane as you make that drive in from the east side. Traffic crawling in just a little bit, but you can always use Elm Hill Pike or Lebanon Pike as the best way to steer clear. Watching the roads with you live through 9.
A Middle Tennessee father faces charges in the fentanyl-related death of his 23-month-old child. New information from police next.
Don't miss Sleep Outfitters.
8:14 is the time. Checking in with our Code Red meteorologist.
Yes, and let's get right back into it. We talked about rainfall before. Now we're talking about the wind impact, and this is why we are Code Red. I'm going to stop this overnight tonight. I mentioned that this system begins to move in after 5 p.m. and really picks up a few hours later. This is 10 o'clock tonight. Those numbers on your screen are potential future wind gusts. And now average wind speed, so that sustained, consistent wind speed will be right around 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts like this. So you'll hear it kind of humming on the windows a little bit all night long, and then get those big bursts of wind that could knock over patio furniture. It could knock over and blow away garbage cans. Anything that's not bolted to the ground, make sure you know that it's safely secured somewhere. This goes all the way through 4 a.m. When you're waking up with us here tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock, I'll be tracking rain on the radar, sometimes heavier pockets throughout the morning, and keeping track of all that we're seeing, if there are any damage reports, if we have any power outages. We're going to make sure you wake up and know everything that you need to know on the go, or before you get on the go. And a wind advisory in effect from 6 p.m. until midnight tomorrow night going into Wednesday because of how much wind we're going to see. And then Thursday into Friday, look what happens again. Could be another Code Red day. This time, not at night, this time during the daytime hours. We'll have some steady rainfall that comes down, and we could have, once again, a scenario where 30 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts are in the cards. So we're starting the week like that, and we're ending the week just like that before a cold weekend. Let's talk weekend. 53 degrees later today, 55 tomorrow. We are in pretty good territory all week long with temperature until we get to the weekend. Nighttime temps in the 20s. If you have plans outdoors, you're not going to get rained on Saturday or Sunday, but you may not make it out of the upper 30s for high temperatures both days of the upcoming weekend. And just a partly cloudy sky, though, so at least calm once we get out of Friday.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get out onto I-65 near Craighead. This is as you make that drive down coming from the south side this morning. We're doing okay. Some typical congestion that we're seeing out there, but it's not typical really if you've been driving the last few weeks because we haven't seen it. This is the first time that we're seeing the congestion build back in since the holidays, and this is how it's going to look now. Drive time coming down from Franklin at around 33 minutes. Not too bad. Let's look at some other areas of town. Hendersonville, 35 minutes. Mount Juliet at 33 minutes. Murfreesboro, back under an hour on that drive down I-24.
All right, thank you very much, Justin. 8:17 is your time right now. Operation Crime and Justice. Officers have arrested a 22-year-old father in connection to his son's deadly fentanyl-related overdose.
This comes after we've been following Ariel Rose's fentanyl-related death for more than a year now. Fox 17 News' Amanda Chin has the very latest on these charges. Good morning, Amanda.
Well, good morning. Well, after a 3-month investigation, Metro Police arrested the toddler's father, Kelvin Blaylock Jr., last week. The young boy was just 23 months old, the same exact age of Ariel Rose. The autopsies show both died from the effects of fentanyl, shedding light on another child less than 2 years old dying from this dangerous drug. Police say officers responded to the North Nashville area on October 3rd after Blaylock called 911 to report he had woken up and found his son unresponsive. Investigators say the boy's mother dropped him off at Blaylock's while she went to work. The grandmother tells me over the phone the parents had joint custody and was shocked to find out the father may have been involved with drugs. While it took 3 months for officers to make an arrest in this case, we know it took a year for investigators to make arrests in the Ariel Rose case.
Goodness, Amanda, what are you doing as far as this case goes? Who are you speaking with when it comes to the family?
Yeah, so later on today, I am actually speaking with the mother of this young 23-month-old boy who died. And as we know, it's a very similar case. She actually told me over the phone before the arrest, she had been following the Ariel Rose story and, you know, knew the similarities and was like, wow, this is so similar. So we're doing that. And I also actually asked the Metro Health Department for numbers when it comes to fatal child-related drug overdose deaths, and they told me that from the start of 2022 to the end of 2023, there have been 21 child-related fatal drug overdose deaths, and I'm working to get more numbers and some context as to how it compares to previous years as well.
All right, Amanda, thank you for all that work you're doing. Appreciate it. 8:19 right now in your community. The Nashville Fire Department welcoming 32 new firefighters, and today will be their first day on the job.
The fire department said members of Battalion 88 learned and trained for over 1,000 hours to make this possible. They got hands-on experience with fire and water rescue scenarios. Graduates will begin serving the metro area today. Congrats to all of y'all. Well, every new parent knows the cost of taking care of a baby can be sky high. Don't I know it?
And one Tennessee lawmaker says he wants to address that. Representative Greg Martin of Hamilton County, which is out in Chattanooga, is proposing legislation that would create a sales tax holiday for items that new parents have to buy. So think diapers, baby wipes, and formula.
This will go a long way. So if approved, the law would go into effect on the 1st of July of this year and then end on June 30th of 2025. Fox 17 News, of course, will keep you updated as this story continues developing. Stripped of his title. Later on Fox 17 News this morning, we'll tell you why a priest has been removed from his position and details on the allegations, the serious allegations he's facing.
Our team here at Bar Durham.
8:23 is the time. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. We are under a code red weather alert out here, and it's because not of thunder, not of lightning, it's wind.
And a lot of it coming overnight tonight into tomorrow. It's not here yet. So this is that heads up so you know it's coming your way. Let's get right into it, and we'll just break down what we're seeing and what we're going to be seeing here overnight tonight. The timing is not great because we're trying to sleep. We're trying to get to the beginning of this week. Kids are just going back to school. They're going to be at the bus stop tomorrow morning with wind and rain both happening at the same time. The air was in the alert mode. Strong wind tonight through Wednesday morning. We're going to have quite a bit of wind. Once it starts, it's not going to let up all that much. 5 to 6 o'clock in the evening is when that wind really does begin to take over and bring in some rain with it. Wind advisory in effect from 6 p.m. until midnight tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. It's a long time frame there. Taking a look here. That wind advisory, what does it mean? It's for all of Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. What it means is average wind speeds of 25 to 40 miles per hour. Wind gusts of 40 to 57 miles per hour. We're going to be right in that area when it comes to how gusty the wind will be. And it's going to be right around midnight when we get our peak wind gusts. We're going to talk about what this means for impact as we go into our 8:30 half hour. I will tell you right now, this is going to be one of those days where you're going to wake up and you might not necessarily know where some of your lawn furniture's at. You might not know where your garbage can is at. If it's not bolted down, bring it inside. We'll look at future track on the next check of your forecast.
8:25. Let's get to your steer clear traffic. Let's take you into the city of Brentwood. This is a slightly unusual view. Normally they show you a big wide shot of 65 near Moore's Lane. Not today. The same shot, they have rearranged the camera to show you what I believe to be a traffic accident or maybe even a police stop there that is happening just off of I-65 there before you jump on 265 off of Moore's Lane. So heads up in that area, slight slowdown. You can see that one truck with the trailer being forced to get over there. So be sure to watch out for that as you get out and about there in Williamson County. That overall drive time around 33 to 35 minutes this morning. So not a big slowdown as of yet. We'll continue to watch those roads for you.
It's 8:25 right now, and in our economy, a big building boom in Murfreesboro. The city reporting a record $1 billion worth of permits that they've approved for new building projects, and that's just in the last year.
$1 billion. Yeah. Now take a look at some of the commercial projects that they are talking about. This includes a brand new Firebirds Grill and more plans for a brand new business park there in Murfreesboro. That location will feature a Whataburger as well as a P.F. Chang's, a Raising Cane's, a Drake's, as well as a town Palace Town Place Suites. It sounds like they're building a Cool Springs.
Yeah,
is what it sounds like.
Yeah, well, plus Ascension St. Thomas expanded its emergency and treatment rooms and added a new parking garage. Residential buildings, in other words, homes and whatnot,
Yes.
continue to see an increase as well. I mean, we see it in traffic, right, every morning coming in from Rutherford County.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all see it in your schools when you're shopping.
Yeah.
You know, the
It's
crowding.
happening. Oh, yeah. The buildup is coming, and it isn't going to stop anytime soon. So listen to this. We've got some news from the Nashville Business Journal. A member-only golf club is opening a second location that's coming up this February.
All right, it's called the Hideout Golf Club, and it's opening near 12 South in the Gulch. This location is going to have 5 bays with, they say, state-of-the-art TrackMan simulators.
Okay.
Now, if you're not familiar, this is the technology that is used in golf, but also baseball.
Okay.
It can tell you the speed of a golf ball, velocity, distance,
Wow.
all kinds of neat stuff, plus bars and whatnot. So just more development coming this time to the Nashville area. You can find out more about all these stories anytime at fox17.com.
A Muslim family is facing charges after allegedly attacking their own son for wanting to become a Christian. Coming up, find out what their fate might be.
Floor model sale at Family Leisure.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. Waking up to a Fox 17 Code Red weather alert. Look out your window. It's not windy, it's not raining, but by the end of the day, wind gusts up near 50 miles per hour and heavy rain. Yeah, we're going to time it out in your forecast.
Steer clear traffic takes us out to Franklin this morning. That's where we've got a crash with police on the scene. We're going to tell you about the holdups it could cause and the best way to steer clear.
And we want to thank you for waking up with us here on a Monday morning for Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Yeah, we're glad to be here to kick off your Monday morning, and it does come with a Code Red weather alert for later tonight. Lots of changes coming to the forecast. Greg, our Code Red meteorologist, here now to tell you all about them.
Yeah, wind is the name of the game this time around. No severe weather, no flooding, no tornadoes, no hail. This is just going to be a very windy 24-hour period once it picks up. Let's take a look at our severe weather threats. We always look at the big 4: tornadoes, wind, hail, and flooding. Wind is the only real concern I have when this moves in. Wind gusts up near 50 miles per hour. We're dry to begin the day. This is going to be for late today into tonight. Think after dinner time, after the sun goes down, the rain begins to move in and picks up throughout the night. The heaviest rainfall around midnight into 6 a.m. The gustiest wind 10 p.m. until about 4 a.m. So it's going to mainly be an overnight event. And then at the end of this, there could be a few flurries flying out in the Cumberland Plateau. So we've got a lot to work through here coming up in the next check of your forecast. Those are the broad strokes. Here's your 7-day. We're not going to hide it from you. 53 degrees later on today. After a start in the 20s and 30s, we'll be at 55 degrees tomorrow. And then by the weekend, we turn even colder with temperatures that slide all the way back into the upper 30s and low 40s for high temperatures. Justin?
Steer clear traffic as you get out there this morning at 8:32. Here's a quick look here at I-65 near Moore's Lane as you make that drive out and about there in the Franklin area. As you can see, traffic moving along there. However, we are dealing with a slight delay because of a flatbed truck that has gotten in the way there and kind of blocked things in that particular area. So heads up for those of you making that drive out there. Tow truck is there to block it off. That's just off of 65 there at Moore's. We're going to let you know the best way to get around that coming up here in the next few minutes. Also want to tell you about this. This is going to be I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard as you make that drive into town coming from the south and east side of town. This is a slowdown where you could try to take Murfreesboro Pike is the best way to steer clear until a tow truck can come get this truck out of the way. We'll be right back.
Justin, thank you. Right now, Fox 17 News, we are also following some breaking news of a reported shooting over in the Hermitage area. Our news crew's over there at the scene. We're going to take some video to give you a look at what's happening in the area right here. Take a look. So this is a live look over on Air Lane Drive, again, in the Hermitage area. At this point, the information, I should say, is very limited, but dispatch is confirming that this shooting call came in around 7:30 this morning. So again, a live look over on Air Lane Drive. Our crew's giving you a perspective of what's happening there. You can see one officer responding to this scene. We're going to continue following this and give you some more updates over on our Fox Nashville Facebook page where we are streaming live.
Yeah, very clearly not a neighborhood. This looks to be an industrial area. Home to a business. We can see Zern on Fox Sales there at 1903 Airline Drive. So more updates as they come in. Right now at 8:34 right now, Fox 17 News following a story that is going to be front and center starting now. We have a Muslim family in Nashville that is facing charges after police say they beat their son because he wanted to convert to Christianity.
Yeah, so the teenager ended up in the hospital because of this. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us live with some more updates. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. Today's court hearing is cited as a settlement after those three family members, police say, repeatedly spit and punched the teen in the face in the second week of December after he said he wanted to just become a Christian. A mother, Rawa Waja, father Nick Kadam, and son John Kadam were arrested after officers responded to a welfare check. Police found this teen with injuries to his face on December 11th. Michelle, the assistant general manager at McDonald's where this boy worked, says she had her shift manager call the police.
They were torturing him. They had him down where they kicked and beat him unconscious.
Michelle says their pastor called her saying the boy's brother John Kadam was threatening to kill the victim over the phone. Michelle says it was all because the boy wanted to become a Christian.
I kind of adopted him in my heart, and I knew about this problem because he come to me before and he said my mom put a knife to my throat, and she said that if I don't deny Jesus, she's going to kill me.
The mother was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The father and son are both charged with domestic assault and bodily injury. The victim's neighbor, Paul Levine, who became a mentor to this young boy, is heartbroken.
He told me a week ago he was threatened by his brother. His brother was going to shoot him.
Levine says he asked if he was okay and says the boy said they wouldn't do anything, but they did. Levine adds that the victim was always asking about his church and Christian faith. That's it. The court started about 5 to 6 minutes ago, and we're waiting to hear the outcome of what this hearing might bring. Reporting live outside of the Metro General Sessions Courthouse, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. In Operation Crime and Justice, Metro Police say a murder suspect right here on your screen is in custody. Metro Police sharing an update on social media just after 7 o'clock this morning. And we now know this man, Cody Frazier, was arrested and charged with criminal homicide. Police say Frazier shot and killed Richard Wilder back on December 23rd. Wilder's body was discovered inside his car, which had crashed into a Subaru dealership over on Brick Church Pike. You can also get some more updates about this case by going to fox17.com.
8:37 right now, Fox 17 News and that Code Red weather alert as we give you two different live looks from Nashville right now. All's calm on the weather front, but everything changes as we get into tonight. So we want to make sure you're prepared. We do that with our Code Red weather alert that we'll update again in just a few minutes here on Fox 17 News this morning.
All the nonsense.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. A religious leader at a Franklin church has now been removed from his position. This all comes after allegations of sexual misconduct that are currently being investigated.
Now, we want to tell you about the Franklin City Police Department and the fact that they are investigating after a teenager at St. Philip Catholic Church made reports of inappropriate behavior from Juan Carlos Garcia. Right now, the Williamson County District Attorney is reviewing the case. Church leaders are also asking anyone who was impacted to please come forward to church advocates or directly to the police department. They want you to seek help.
A tragic ending to the story of a woman who disappeared on New Year's Day. 76-year-old Jackie Glenn, the subject of a Tennessee Silver Alert. Sadly, her body was found buried in DeKalb County.
Now, police say that her husband admitted to hitting her over the head and then hiding her body. 70-year-old Joseph Glenn of Nashville was booked into the Metro Jail on Saturday. He is now facing several charges, including criminal homicide and tampering with evidence. He is scheduled to appear in court coming up tomorrow morning.
All All right, for the latest updates on that forecast, everything you'll want to know to be prepared going into tonight, Greg Bobus on standby.
Yes, we are in a code red weather alert for what's going to happen this evening and especially overnight. Very active. What to expect? Well, the next weather maker is going to be wind. Not severe weather, but wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour with pockets of heavy rain at times and a tough commute tomorrow morning. We'll have wind and rain active. Wind and rain for the morning drive and the kids at the bus stop. Smart idea, charge all devices before you go to bed tonight just in case, because this wind will be strong enough to where it actually could knock out some power poles or take down some tree limbs that could hit some power lines. So don't have your phone die overnight and then wake up to no power. Then you kind of have the 1-2 punch of not good stuff when it's cold outside. Taking a look, going to be again this evening into tomorrow. Peak wind gusts, upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour. Impacts, again, broken power poles are possible, tree limbs down, anything that's not bolted to the ground that is outside, think patio furniture, think garbage cans. Make sure we're securing all these things before the rain arrives because, again, that's the big thing here, keeping our belongings safe and then also keeping those phones charged. You're going to wake up with us tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. Maybe you don't have power. Well, get the Fox 17 Code Red Weather app right now and get the Fox 17 app because you can watch us and you can keep up with us online. That way you'll know what's going on in your neighborhood if you're one of those unfortunate folks that might wake up without power.
Steer clear traffic at 8:43. Let's take a quick look outside as this is going to be 24 at Old Hickory Boulevard as you make that drive into town through Cane Ridge. We've got a disabled truck on the shoulder of the road, not causing big issues, just something to be aware of as you get out and about this morning. Other than that, we're good to go. That includes down Cool Springs where we had a earlier crash that is now cleared and traffic moving fine.
As we've been reporting all morning long, lawmakers are gearing up for the 2024 legislative session, which starts tomorrow. Fox 17 News hearing from a local representative starting in 2 minutes.
With the Freestyle Libre 3 system.
8:45 is the time here on Fox 17 News this Monday morning. And happening tomorrow, the 2024 legislative session is set to begin at the Tennessee State House.
Yeah, a lot going on after a wild last season. And joining us this morning as we've reached out to members on both sides of the political aisle, we have Representative Democrat John Ray Clemens joining us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
We're glad to have you here. First question for you this morning. What are you hearing most from your constituents that they want to see get done this next session?
Well, I have the pleasure of representing Southeast Nashville, and so my constituents are very concerned about the ongoing attacks on public schools. We need to do everything we can to support our teachers and our public schools and improve them. And of course, I-24 is a traffic nightmare, so we continue to work on traffic infrastructure. And my residents would love not to sit in traffic on the way to work every morning.
Gosh, that's such a big project. I mean, we know TDOT just recently announced that they were freeing up a lot of money coming from the feds for those work projects. We'll have to check to see if you've got some areas that'll be on the list for construction soon.
I'm curious too, what's top of mind on your schedule? And then do you think, you were talking, Jen, can you reach across the aisle, both sides here, and work together to get some stuff done?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Look, you know, the average Tennessee working family, they know the challenges facing them on a daily basis. They fairly want and expect their legislators and their governor just to solve those problems. They want to have to worry about the crazy legislation that we tend to pass. So it's incumbent upon us as legislators to work across the aisle, find common ground, and solve the problems. Of course, this year, as a Democrat, we're going to be fighting the governor's voucher plan. You know, this voucher scam is a real threat to public education in Tennessee. So we're going to be working to save our public schools. We're going to be working on improving access to health care and, you know, and addressing traffic infrastructure and a lot of problems that are just facing every Tennessee family on a daily basis.
All right, well, we will be following all the developments, both as y'all are getting ready today and as we head back tomorrow. And we'll, as we continue our coverage as well, be reaching out across the aisle to hear from more members of our legislative session. And gosh, I hope that we can get some things accomplished as we go into this new session.
You and me both.
All right.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. And right now we're going to send it over to Greg Bobus, who's got our Code Red forecast.
Yes, Code Red weather alert because our next weather maker is going to be of the wind variety. Not severe weather, but wind gusts up near 50 miles per hour overnight tonight into tomorrow. Wind advisory in effect 6 p.m. until midnight tomorrow night going into Wednesday morning. And it all starts just after sunset for us today. Here's 5 p.m. the latest look at future track for you. It begins to make its way closer and closer to Middle Tennessee. And by 9 p.m., light to moderate rainfall overspreading good portions of Middle Tennessee. This continues overnight. How do you pick out the heavier rain? The yellows and the oranges. The heaviest rain we're going to see is going to start moving in a little after 10 p.m. and then linger all the way through the overnight hours. Here's 2 a.m. 2 a.m. taking us into 6 o'clock. Many of us getting out to the bus stop for the second time this week, trying to have the morning commute. It will be actively raining while you're waking up with us tomorrow morning. I will be actively tracking every 5 minutes to see what's on the radar, where it's going, and taking a look at any potential damage overnight. Power outages. We're going to have you covered and help you get through your morning to start your day, because a lot's going to happen while you're asleep overnight tonight. The strongest wind gusts likely going to be after 10 p.m. through about 4 a.m. Future rain, 1 to 2 inches of rain possible if you get south of, I would say, I-40 and east of I-65. This is between now and the end of this entire weather maker. Then we re-rack it and we bring in another one Thursday night into Friday. Take a look at your 7-day forecast. We're starting the week with some rain and some wind and a code red day for tomorrow. And we're going to end the week with some rain and some wind and potentially another code red day on Friday. The timing of that one is going to be during the daytime hours. And we'll start unpacking that once we get through Tuesday itself.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 8:49. Here's a look at what we're dealing with at I-24 near Old Hickory Boulevard. This is down there in the Cambridge area. You can see where traffic is getting by, despite the fact there's that disabled tractor trailer there on the shoulder of the road. So heads up, looks like authorities have now arrived to deal with that, forcing everyone to either slow down or get over there. And that could cause you some delay. You can take Murfreesboro Road as a good way to steer clear. We were just dealing with a disabled vehicle out here, 2465 on the north side of downtown. As you approach the split here towards Metro Center and Trinity Lane, everything seems to be okay. TDOT just left the scene, so it looks like the driver that is out there is going to fend for themselves and are okay doing so, or else TDOT wouldn't have left them.
Justin, thank you. If you're just now waking up with us here on Fox 17 News, we do want to bring you up to speed on breaking news out of Hermitage. That is where we are learning to learn more about a reported shooting. So right now we're showing you a live look out here. We're zooming in, showing you 2 officers there. This is on Air Lane Drive, if you're familiar with this area. It is over in Hermitage. At this point, I can tell you information is very limited, but dispatch confirming that the call for the shooting came in around 7:30 a.m. It's not at a home, but rather, if we zoom out here, we can give you a look at where this business is. Yeah, so the Fox Sales building over here, the Zern building over there. We're going to continue giving updates on this breaking news situation. We are also streaming this over on our Fox Nashville Facebook page.
At 8:51 right now, Fox 17 News is going to get you updated on a house fire that has sadly claimed the life of a child. We're going to tell you everything we've been able to learn new this morning in just a couple of minutes.
Your design obsession starts